On our walls, the Pepsi generation thought we'd seen it all. Brightly lit future with flying cars, and we'd all be superstars. Energy is endlessly entertaining us violently. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. Self-aware, made mistakes that land us anywhere. With corded phones and tape machines, you could do anything if you just believe. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. Time flies so fast in an instant flash. I could drive by and fake Nikes. He liked computers and Atari games. Wanted friends but kids can't be me. He played the keyboard, loved the music scene. Formed a band that we paid to see. It's funny how people see all the rock stars on MTV.
What's up, everybody? Wednesday, 11:03 a.m. on the dial, and we're here. Part 2 of the Statue Saga, and this should be the last part, but you know how that goes. Sometimes it goes a little bit long around these parts. I will be doing the pre-stream as well after this, so we got a full day of hype coming at you today. Talby will be joining ASAP. He said he's having internet issues. Oh, I think he just entered the studio now, though, as I mentioned his name. Let's see. Hang on. Let me get it set up here. Chew, could you hook up his mic? Hang on. Yeah, hook up his mic. Yep. Put the faders up. Put the faders up. Hang on. Oh, good job, Chew. Looking so cute today, too, Chew. Nice one. Okay, I think we are ready. Let's see. Hang on.
Hey, ALT. Let's see who's on the line today.
We have the one, the only, the Talby. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Welcome in, sir. Nice to have you back for part 2 of the legendary statue stream. As you can see, these numbers are correct, right? The totals we found last time were $11,572.75, correct?
Correct. Let's do it.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Sweet. So, what we're going to do today is go through the selling saga. And this is, again, our starting point. July 2nd, 2014, DSP says, I'm selling my statues and models. Thought about it all night. UPS store is a block away. I like how how close he is to the UPS store is an important thought. But anyways, I have no use for them. Maybe I can feature one a week. Now, this is July of 2014. Okay, that is the starting point we're going with. All right. I do want to do a little bit of out of chronological order because I forgot to show something, and that is this. So let me show you my Twitter view here. Today, Panda Lee and I are seeing Godzilla, maybe in 3D. We'll be packing statues, planning the upcoming move to I may have a bar again. So why is he saying I may have a bar again? Because the bar was filled with statues, as you know. Okay, as you know. So we're going to start with this video. And this video is, it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is from his CT bucket list, day 3. And he shows you, as we showed you last time, I really recommend watching part 1 if you haven't seen it yet. But he shows his entire setup, and the last walkthroughs are insane. This is the post-mortem of packing up some statues. Let's start here.
All right, so what you were seeing is the end of about 2 hours of work that we did.
Look how big that Hulk statue is, by the way. That's a big fucking box. How much did that cost again, Talby?
Oh, God. That one was like $800, I think.
God,
it was one of the more expensive ones. $650, $800. I don't have the sheet in front of me, but a fuck ton.
To keep these, like, statues in you need storage, man, or at least an attic to throw them up there. Look how big that bitch is. Look how much space is taken up just by statues here. But all right, let's go.
This afternoon, as you can see, the corner of the condo is no longer cluttered with boxes because we pulled those boxes out. We packed up all of the major models that I have here in my condo. They're all now in their boxes. A lot of people for years said, Phil, why'd you keep the boxes? Why would you keep the boxes for all those models?
Oh my God, the sway is unbelievable on this one.
For years said, Phil.
Whoa.
Why'd you keep the boxes? Why would you keep the boxes for all those models? This is the reason why.
I think I'm going to be
These
sick.
boxes are full of styrofoam packing that are going to protect my statues and models when I move. So
my internet's YouTube's being fucky right now. Hold on, sorry.
A few things got broken, which we expected.
Just listen.
A few things went a little bit easier. Some things were a little bit tougher. But the bottom line is all the major stuff is packed up. All we got to do now eventually is rearrange this because my whole side of my condo is boxes. Now I need to rearrange them. Okay. But what you're going to notice is how different the condo looks. Look, no statues. Over here, look. No statues. Just take a look at the bar. Look how different this looks. There's almost nothing. I mean, the only things that you see here are video game related. For example, you know, the sword lamp.
Yeah,
these
of course.
action figures, you know, the little baubles here and there from games, but none of the major models are out anymore. So with a little bit more cleanup, this bar may actually finally be completely cleared up. We'll be able to use it again.
Before you leave?
Bookcase over here, as you can see, you can actually see the Dark Souls strategy guide. There's nothing on top. So piece by piece, this is how it's going to be over the next month or so. You know, packing stuff up, cleaning stuff
If I
up.
burped like that, I would just re-record this shit.
I
don't
know.
Maybe that's just me.
It's not cool, man. It looks like look how much shit is left to pack
And
up.
that's how it's gonna go.
All right. Cool video, by the way. 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Making this because a lot of people ask me, Phil, what does it look like now? What I will probably do
who's
is
saying
piece by
that?
piece as
Yeah,
I
no one's asking
pack
you.
Hey, Phil, what's your house look like right now?
major stuff. Like, look, we got all this gaming-related shit right here, right?
Oh,
all
my
this stuff here. As I
God.
pack this stuff up.
Like we were saying last time about how 11,000 seems kind of low, but like if you look at all this periphery of nonsense, it's easy to see how you can easily add up to 40, 50,000 of shit, you know?
And for those that weren't here, or just as a reminder, I only track statues.
Yes, we only did statues, yeah.
I initially started with the goal of tracking everything, and I became overwhelmed and was like, it's impossible. But like, again, I think there's at least $50,000 of just bullshit in
and
this.
Then you add on the food, you know, he's eating out every fucking day. You can see where all the YouTube money went, right? There's no savings at all. He didn't even pay off his debt at that time, so.
Well, and not just that, but like, when we were going through the thing, it wasn't just all the plastic tap, but and he does this today too. It's just like all the random shit that he buys that he doesn't need. Like he had that, like, wasn't like an ion filter or something that he had on the floor. Like he just, it's like sharper image, gotta have it. Must buy it.
There's 44 statues that was tracked by Talby. You don't share the spreadsheet? I mean, I don't see why not, I guess. If it's up to you, though. You made it, so.
Oh, yeah.
Make it to lock it down? Yeah. It's not editable, right? Yeah, it's view only. Here, I can share it, guys. Here you go. Here's in chat so you can see the link to this. And here you go. Here's the spreadsheet right now. The Talby put together. All big ups to Talby for this one. Okay, let's go. YouTube is being fucky, but we'll get through it.
Show you the process of what it's like as this place starts to wind down. All right. So that is it. Quick vlog to show everyone what we've been up to. It's funny because we found stuff.
Hey, Waffle.
Here, look at this. This is from Too Many Games. What was it, 2011? 2012. When a fan who lived in Europe brought me this, an international game magazine.
Whoa, cool. What am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this, you dumb fuck?
Pretty crazy, the amount of stuff that you find. Just look. I found this, the freaking PS Move Blaster thing, all kinds of stuff.
PS Move Blaster? How much did that cost? Why did he buy that? He thought the PS Move sucked.
So,
anyways, that's like $70, I want to say, or something like that.
Minimum.
Flag that, fella. It's very disrespectful.
Okay. Oh, God, that's disrespectful.
All right, so.
Snort into the cough. He got some debris in there. Hang on, listen to this.
That's very disrespectful.
Gout, really.
Yeah. Hang on.
Hey, Waffle, are
the crystals acting up again?
As more stuff gets packed up into.
All right, there we go. So we're out of that one. Okay, so that was the last look at the apartment, and now we get into the mindset of selling. Okay, so reminder: I showed you that first tweet I showed you was from like I forget what month it was. I can show you here actually. It was July 2nd, okay, of 2014. So nothing really happens for a long time. Then he gets to September 10th. That's after he moved, and says, thinking about selling my statues soon. Anyone know a safe way to do that online besides eBay auction? Had too many issues with fake bids. Now that's from his last auctions that weren't the game shit that I showed you last time. And then someone said, I did show you this last time, but I don't care because it's funny. Will you be selling the CM Punk plaque? Maybe, maybe not. That's at least not as obtrusive as the statues. It'd be the last thing I'd sell if I did. Last thing. I'm holding on to that puppy. So now it seems to be about, he says here, obtrusive. Like it means to me kind of like the space is the bad thing. Like, you know, it's not like I don't want them, but I don't have space for them. That's why we have to get rid
I
of
was
them.
always curious about that. Like it was never clear to me at what point the turn happened. If it was a money thing, if it was a space thing, if he's getting what he needs from mobile games at this point.
Well, this is 2014. So let me see. Let me bring up the old timeline here.
He's playing something, isn't he?
Oh yeah, so we're very close actually. In August. Oh yeah, we're in the heat of Supercard right now. Yeah. It's August 14th, 2014. Supercard was released. So yeah, we're doing our heavy supercard right now. But I really think it's about space now. And as you'll see, guys, it takes him a while to get moving on these sales. Like, he's talking about it now, but we're months away from any sales happening. I think maybe it was a Panda suggestion, maybe. And then maybe then it became a money thing when he's like, oh shit, we're in thousands and thousands of dollars of debt. You know what I mean? Because that does happen after the move. So
well, and the other thing too is I think I mentioned last time, my theory was the reason he would buy them is he would buy one and then his bros would come over and he'd be like, look, John, I bought Thanos or whatever the fuck. But now that those people aren't around and it's just Leanna, there isn't that thrill of like showing off to people.
That's a good point,
he got
too.
tired of them.
That's a good
he
point,
is a fake
too.
fan of all this shit, as we established.
Yes. So next up, he says, seems people think Amazon is the way to go selling the statues. Hope they have some form of seller protection in place for fraud. Is there some kind of reseller program on Amazon he wants to do? I don't think that's the easiest way. I wouldn't guess, but maybe in 2014 it was. Do you know anything about that, Talby?
No, just eBay that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It too difficult.
I don't understand that. Then next tweet, he says, thanks very much for your help today, everyone. Seems we got a few interested buyers for my statues already, and Amazon is the way to go. That's on September 11th, 2014. We are still months away from anything being sold.
Never forget.
Then he says, come January, I'll be starting sale of all my statues, figurettes. This is December, by the way. So we move forward in time 3 months. Come January, I'll be starting sale of my statues, figurettes that I bought back in Connecticut for discounted prices to viewers. Details soon. Someone says going out of business sale. That was
good.
funny. Next up, we get... in January 22nd now, he finally does say, guns, statues, busts, oh my. Just took inventory of 31 things that I will be selling soon. I was quite the collector, but life changes. I don't know how he got to the 31 number. As you can see, Talby's sheet has 44 things, but we got to 31. Yeah. We don't get close to selling 31, just a spoiler alert here, guys. We do have Infinite Elegant Intensity, the Trapzilla guy says, correction, you were quite the hoarder, but now you have to sell your toys because you're going broke. He was correct on that.
Actually, I'd prefer to spend the money on Hogan. Thank you.
I like digital ones. Mario Faker in the house has a YouTube link. I'm going to risk it, Mario Faker.
Welcome. Thank you.
The merchant from Resident Evil 4.
I'll buy it at a high price.
That's one of my favorite Mega 64s, by the way. That's one of the great Mega 64 skits.
It's like one of my favorite games of all time, too, and it's just a classic Mega 64 bit.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
A collection of good things on sale, stranger.
All right, next up, we're going to really start the sales now. So we enter, as you can see, the sales start in January 22nd, 2015. He says, in light of this revelation, I'll be doing the revelation, I believe, let me show you that, is the fact that some of the statues on eBay are making a fuck ton of money. Now, where did I put it? I'll show you. I promise. I have it here later. But that's what the revelation was. It says, in light of this revelation, I'll be doing a video series to show these statues. Hopefully legit buyers can see that I really exist. So his idea is to make sure that people know it's him. He wants to buy them. Okay. You're North. Yeah, go ahead.
At this time, if it would be like an optimal time to sell them. These products are still relatively new. A lot of them were limited pieces. So people that are interested would buy it at a higher price.
You'd think.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think. Now, if they were to be, for the sake of argument, broken or something like that, that would definitely depreciate the value. But we all know that he took very good care of his statues and didn't just, I don't know, leave them on his countertop to be bumped into in the middle of the night while drunk on gin.
Yeah, there's nothing broken at all, or as we'll see. North says, your items aren't mint, won't get as much as you want. How are you going to stop trolls from doing what they did last time? He's talking about the eBay thing that they fucked up. He then says, FYI, I'll begin to profile list my statues for sale next week. This is February now. We're into February. We'll give viewers a chance first and then list publicly if no serious offers.
Wanted to answer that question. Do the statues ever go up in value? Yes, it depends on the statue, how many were made, the character. There's a lot of variables that go into this. Like, are all of them worth more money? I don't know, and it's also hard to tell like 10 years on. But yeah, I mean, there's stuff that I have that I bought at a certain price that if I were to sell it now, I'd make double, triple what I did because I took good care of it and there's a high demand for it. But the majority of what I have, it's like a car, you know, as soon as it rolls off the lot, it's worth like half of what it was.
And you'll see that.
You know?
I don't know what you guys are expecting about how much he got in sales, but I'll just say I was shocked at what he got in sales. I'm not saying if that's positive or negative. That's all I'm going to say because we'll get there. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Someone says, now uploading a special preview of the statues I'll be selling starting this week. Anything there you'd like? Then I can't see the post because the person's gone. They said it could be, but from what I've seen, it's not worth much because so many collector's editions were sold, unlike my statues. So he's saying the collector's editions are kind of not worth it. So he doesn't do any collector's edition shit, which is, I mean,
and
probably
that's
true, right?
Yeah, that was my initial guess when he said 31 items. Is like I tracked the collector's editions because it was pretty easy for me to figure out and like identify what they were.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of those, like, they're like the cheapest, crappiest statues, and you know, they're the kind of things where if you go into like a used game store today, you'll see one sitting in a case and it'll be like, oh, $20 for this. Like, Elder Scrolls thing that you bought for $120 back in the day. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that dragon's got to be going for pennies at this point.
Yeah,
that Alduin dragon.
Who gives a fuck? Or the dragon, or the Assassin's Creed 3, or like, you know, 1. All that stuff is like, you know, some of them might go for like a little bit more, but I'm talking like you sell the statue for like 40, 50 tops, and but you spent 100 some on the special edition, you know? Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is the start of the sales, okay? This is the start of the sales. It's not a individual sale yet. We're going to get into individual sales. This is just, hey, here's all the shit I got, and we're going to get a good look at the walkthrough of the Nook. Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to what I like to call the Nook. What you're looking at right now is the storage Nook that if you were actually in my bedroom, which I'm backing up into right now, is actually a little, you know, side area off of my bedroom that
completely
used to be
filled
used
with
as like a
shit.
mini office. Now, we didn't set this up as an office.
I don't know why not.
Because it actually has a skylight, and both for myself, for my recording purposes, and Leanna for her soap making, we decided that the skylight would probably interfere with our businesses more than anything, and so we kind of just took it and turned it into storage.
It would interfere with our business.
There's nothing better for a lighting setup than natural light. You fucking idiot.
The sun would interfere with our business. I've never heard of that before. It would interfere with our business. Thank you.
When we moved here in June of last year. However, since then, we really haven't made any use of it, and what we've decided to do, starting this week, is I'm going to go into this Nook, I'm going to grab a statue, I'm going to profile it, meaning I'm going to open it up, show you everything about the statue, the condition it's in, I'm going to show you what it's going for roughly online, and I'm going to offer
Profile
this for
videos
sale.
Are so good.
Because let's face it,
we're getting there.
I'm not
Sorry
in
to
my
spoil,
late 20s
so
anymore. I don't live by myself as a bachelor in Connecticut.
Okay, so let's do the wording here. Let's see. Why is he selling these? Here we go.
In my late 20s anymore. I don't live by myself as a bachelor in Connecticut in a small condo anymore. And I don't really need these. These were things that at one time, when I didn't know I was going to have a girlfriend I was living with, and I didn't know I was going to have a bigger house, and I was going to be doing this full time as a business. It was something that was kind of just to decorate a place, a bachelor pad. And now times have changed, and I really want to the way I look at it is this. They've been sitting here since June of last year. They're not doing anyone any good. Let's sell them. Let's get them in the hands of people who will enjoy them. In addition to that, it's definitely going to help me with my finances, with all the bills and stuff that I accrued when I moved here. All right.
Two big bills. Yeah,
sounds financial a little bit there, but yeah.
So I'm about to do, this is the preview video. I'm actually going to walk back here.
It seems like to me, sorry to...
No, please, go ahead.
It just, to me, it's like he doesn't understand the concept of like things having a space. Like now that he's with Leanna, he can't, like me, my stuff is in a space, right? Like I'm sitting here in my office talking to you, and I've got my stuff, right? But like if you go into the kitchen or the living room, again, Mrs. Talby isn't like be like, oh, do you want to put that Gambit figure up on the, like there's none of that kind of stuff. And I think he thinks that it's like it's all or nothing, either the entire, and you see that when she moves out, because
Yeah.
he starts putting up his gamer shit on the wall and stuff again.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that is so cringe. The second she's out, the gamer shit
Yep,
comes
like,
out.
She's gone, and he's like, hey, man, I could not wait to put Dr. Doom back up on the wall. And look, the CM Punk plaque is back up.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what it is for him. He can't like, his office would be a perfect space. Honestly, this room, it'd be a little small. He'd probably want to downsize a little bit. Would be a good spot to like put some of this stuff up and make a nice display and maybe make something that looks good for your audience. But if he can't have them on his kitchen countertop or whatever the fuck, then it's not worth having for him. It's a very weird way of thinking about
Yes, I
these kind of
agree.
things.
And I'm going to show you what we're looking to sell. And there's some 31 items back here that are all ready to go pretty much because they all are super duper.
Imagine bringing a bean bag cross country, guys. This is the bean bag he got for free. I think that's the one he reviewed. I think it's the same color and looks like it has that handle thing. He brought that cross country. That beanbag.
And I don't. Yeah, that's the other thing. He spent as we know, he like maxed out his fucking credit cards to move across the country. So he's like, and he's paying people to move all this shit.
Yeah.
But like, he moved the shit and jammed it into a room. Why the fuck? If you weren't planning on putting it up, you knew Leanna was moving in with you. Why didn't you sell it back then?
Yeah, you know, like a fucking beanbag.
I know I'm asking like obvious questions that like
just
we should
not
all know.
thinking
But
ahead.
It
It's
just
easier
shows
to-
how like single-mindedly how the move was so catastrophic for him. Like
Yes,
if
it
you
was.
look at like the history of DSP, it's like such a like there's like certain inflection points of things that were really bad for him. The move was one of the absolute worst.
Yes,
on
and
the
the-
road to the first bankruptcy.
And there's no reason for it either, except he wanted to have a bigger place, which you did not need at all. Like, right, for two people, like his place was fine. Yeah, it's tight. Might want to get a little bit
place
bigger,
was-
but you don't have to go
place was
cross
fine.
country.
Yeah, you didn't have to move all the way to Washington. Like, no friends. Like, his like reasoning was like, oh, I'll buy Nintendo and buy Valve and shit. And it's like,
He
Sure,
said
buddy.
he could tours of Nintendo. Yeah, maybe I can do tours of Nintendo. Get a
just
job.
walking into Valve and being like, hello, Gabe Newell. You may not know me, but I've spent nearly $1,200 on statues for games of your properties. You would love to hire me for
So
a
for
position at Valve.
Nibity asked a question. It's good for context. Was he already in debt from fighting games too? No, because he just finished, as his own admission, he finished paying off the fighting game debt literally before he got his deal for this house. Like, to get the mortgage, you know, it's better if you don't have too much debt, right? So he paid off that debt literally in the months leading up to getting the mortgage to this house. And then what does this do? It spirals him back right into debt because of all this buying shit.
He buys all this trash.
Yeah,
And
all
you
this
think,
shit he
and you
bought.
think in your mind's eye that maybe he's getting more responsible and selling this stuff up, but in the background, the mobile games.
Yes, the mobile games are making him even worse, and we're building up our 14 credit cards right now.
Yep.
To go pretty much because they all are super duper packed. All these boxes are full of styrofoam that's custom made to fit the figurine or whatever it is that's inside of it, okay? So just to show you some of the things that are going to be available for sale as I juggle with this stupid beanbag that wants to fall down and kill me here. The Incredible Hulk, insanely large statue, one of the first ones I got, right? The Super Street Fighter 4 Sagat statue, that's one of the last ones I got. We've got Shredder from Ninja Turtles. We've got an Emma Frost figure. Under there, we've got the
Jesus,
Boomer
that's big
from
too.
Gears of War 3. A bronze statue. We've got the Super Skrull that I bought before Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was released. Darksiders War and Ruin lit up statue. It actually lights up via USB power. We've got a Blanca statue. We've got Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Guile back there in the corner is actually incredibly rare from what I've seen.
That's incredibly rare from what I've seen.
We've got replica weapons. It's a Gears of War replica weapon used in Project 7. Next to that, we have a Mass Effect 3 replica assault rifle that's incredibly valuable because it's actually rare that it actually gets delivered anywhere and not destroyed, if you can believe it. We've got Emma Frost bust, Black Cat bust, the Isaac Clarke Dead Space light up statue. There's a Thanos and Lady Death statue. I'm just showing you initially what I can without moving anything. But just to show you how much shit I got down there, Poison Ivy. We've got this is actually a Portal gun replica gun that I got from GameStop for redeeming like some 200,000 GameStop points that I saved up over the years buying games at GameStop from their club.
So that was a redeem. But how much was that on the open market, I wonder? Portal fucking gun? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's on the on the thing. It was like $100 or something. Maybe a little
okay,
more.
that's not bad. It must be plastic.
The
$200.
one that was
$200. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that made me crash out was the Gears of War pistol. That was like $500.
Jesus Christ.
I went on like 3 different websites because like this cannot be true. Like
500.
I'm getting fucked with.
What's this here? Something else that says Gears of War. Oh, that's the snub pistol. That
doesn't
was used
even
in
know what it
Project
is.
7.
Yeah, that's it. That
The
one right
Duke Nukem
there.
statue right here. Look.
Just a casual 500 on something that's on screen for 30 seconds.
So this is just
Yeah,
very
it was
quick,
just
a
like
quick
one shot, I think.
Yes.
just showing you what I have to offer in regards to the statues.
Get hyped.
There's many more, by the way. There's a whole other level underneath here that I'm not going to dig into right now. But this is the stuff that I'm going to be offering. How it's going to work is very simple.
Here we go. Listen up.
One a week probably, or probably one every 2 weeks. I don't want to rush it and have too many going at once. I'll grab one of these. I'll take it out of the box. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. I'll tell you what it's going for online, and then I'll say, listen, please contact me with serious offers. I am going to warn everyone preemptively, and I'll mention this every time. If you're international to the United States, I don't recommend you get interested.
This is a rare sway.
If you're
Forward
international
backwards sway instead of X and Y axis
diagonal sway.
United
rare
States. I live in
sways.
Washington State on the west coast of the United States. Unless you're close, like maybe Canada, all right?
Yeah,
I don't
Canada.
recommend that you get interested. The reason being,
Don't get interested, dumb fucks.
shipping is absolutely incredibly fucking expensive. Just recently, this past week, I mailed out all of these figurines, these Mario Brothers figurines. They're just plastic. They don't even weigh anything, okay? From the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway contest that I held in late fall of last year. I mailed it to places like Venezuela, Germany. There was one in Argentina.
Oh.
There was one in
Past Argentina fan.
oh god, there was one that was way out there. But anyway, those
Way
cost,
out
I
there.
shit you not, about $100 to ship. And the box is probably the biggest box was the size of this Super Scroll right here, but it weighed like not even a pound. This one probably weighs about 15 to 20 pounds because of the weight of the statue. $100 to ship it. I can imagine.
He does not understand weights at all, which kind of crosses over with our current arc, I feel like. But like
Yes,
the 50
yeah,
pound
definitely.
bags of like maybe 10 pounds, maybe, but like 20 pounds. Come on, buddy.
Some of
way.
these things to ship them internationally would cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So what's the point if you really want this Shredder statue, right?
Yeah,
and
what'd I
you're
do?
gonna offer me $300 for it, and I accept, but then you end up paying $200 to ship it to your house. Probably not worth it. Okay. But the
Well-
good thing is, a lot of these are very rare. Look.
Does that say adults only? Oh, adults note. What could the adults note be, Talby? Adults note.
I don't know. A lot of these things they like label themselves like, hey, this is not a toy for kids. Like these are for adult
okay.
collectors.
I was
Which is like,
thinking like if adults note, if you do have some fun with this statue, please use a wet washcloth to clean it off afterwards or something like that. But maybe that's not it. Go ahead.
this is like what, 2015 or so. This is pre-burst, right? Yeah. Okay.
Pre-burst.
A lot of these statues that I got were in limited quantities. This one
Oh, there you go. Cut the plastic attachments with scissors and discard the pieces. There you go.
had a
Okay.
500 run. It looks like the Emma Frost bust up here had a 1250 run. A lot of them are very low numbers, so these are pretty limited collector's edition.
There you go. Scammers chiming in says, I ship thousands a year. That statue would cost maybe $30 to ship. That's what I would expect too, But
I agree with Fikes. Like I haven't shipped the stuff I collect. I don't collect statues necessarily on this scale. I'm more like 1/12 scale action figures and things.
Yeah.
But I sell a lot of those, and even if I sell like a big lot of things like in their boxes and I sell it in a larger box, like the most I've ever spent on shipping is like $25-$30 for like that size a box.
Yeah.
And
It's not that big
I
of a
took
deal.
care of them. I think with the exception of 2 of these things,
Uh-oh.
none of them have any damage. They have all the accessories, the original packaging. They're ready to go in prime mint condition, okay?
Okay, he says only 2. We'll see if that's true or
So
not.
this is just a preview video to get your appetite wet, right? You're getting excited now.
Get your appetite wet.
Okay, so this is just a preview video to get your appetite wet, right? You're getting excited now.
I thought it's to wet your appetite.
That's a lot of people say, man, I heard
Get your appetite wet.
Phil had that statue. Yeah, I do have the She-Hulk statue down here that I'm going to profile. It's worth a shitload of money. People online are selling it for over $1,000. And by the way, I'm going to be offering these primarily for discounted prices. Meaning, let's say, for example, that She-Hulk statue, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You really want it. and everyone
I want
online
it.
is selling it for $1,500. I'm probably not going to sell it for $1,500. I'll probably be selling it for several hundred less than that because I want them to move.
I know. It's an auction, though.
I want this stuff to sit here in this nook for the next 3 years when I could be using this money to pay down all that debt that I accrued moving across the country. So that's the ideal thing here, is to get rid of this stuff. It's nice, it's a great condition, but I don't have any use for it anymore. Get it out, and then then I can finally use this nook. We can move stuff in here that we want for storage and stuff, and we can make use of the space in our house that basically right now is wasted because I got all this junk, okay?
Okay, so you're just going to put more
Agreed,
different...
Vikes. I could sell this inside 2 weeks. Me too, buddy. This would not take long at all.
Oh, you guys are going to be shocked at his success rate of selling shit.
All right, so that is it for the initial preview video of the Nook. Later this week, I'll be selecting one of these items for offer, for sale, and then we'll get started. Okay. I'm curious to know, out of just the stuff that you guys saw, what people would be really interested in. When you actually take a look at some of these online, you're going to see they're worth a lot of money. So, all right, that is it.
Get ready for that, guys.
Thanks. Later this week, we'll pick one and we'll
Who
get
are you
started.
pointing to?
So, I hope that you'll be interested. See you then.
All right, we'll be interested. Just to get a taste of the comments, it says, dude, that Hulk is rare as fuck. You should look into putting that one piece for a serious collector because they'd be willing to put some serious coin down for it. I'm interested in a few of those. We'll see how much they go for when he puts them up. I'm definitely going to try to grab some of these. I would seriously do anything for that Last of Us statue. I want the Last of Us statue, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people are interested, at the very least at this time. Next up, we begin our selling, looking like I'll have time after Grim Fandango tonight to film the first few of my statue walkthrough vids to get them up for sale. Sweet.
I love when you look through his old tweets and he talks about games he's playing. It's like such a nice snapshot of like what was going on at that time. I was like, oh yeah, Grim Fandango had like a re-release at that time. I remember that.
Debating when to post my first statue walkthrough vid. Did 3 of them and need to start selling stuff ASAP, but just posted 2 long vlogs. This is just like diary shit. Diary shit.
3 likes.
Now uploading my first statue for sale profile on the King of Hate vlogs. If you're interested, feel free to make an offer. So he got 1 like there. Those single like tweets to his 20,000 followers at this time. 1 like. Cool. All right. So we are ready for the first statue sale. I want to show you this one. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we go with Blanca as our first sale. Okay.
It's so weird to me. Of all the stuff that like you would think he would like, I would have, honestly, I wouldn't judge him at all for keeping. You would think it'd be the Street Fighter stuff, especially Blanca. He loves Blanca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Like, why would you just go for that? I guess he wanted to start with a bang. He thought he was going to get a lot of money for this. I don't fucking know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the first one is Blanca.
Like,
I wouldn't guess this.
Like,
yeah.
All jokes aside, like, make fun of Phil for everything, but I'd much rather see this statue behind him today in current year than the Divoom Pixiu and all the other random bullshit that he has. At least this is like a somewhat nicer piece, and it actually speaks to something that he has experience with and at least pretended to have a passion for. I don't know.
Like he has that Skyrim statue. He didn't give a shit about Skyrim. He has no special feelings about that.
Like he had the Metal Gear, like the Revengeance. Like
he doesn't give a shit about it. He hates Kojima. What did he not put that up for? Joe Dub in the house says, I still think that he saw creators like the Creatures move into big creator houses and was like, hey, I'm big too. I just went bug move mechanics. Yeah, I wonder if that's part of it. I think he did want to be more of an adult though and be like, hey, I got my own house and I'm a big boy now. That definitely is a part of it. But NWO News says, adults note, you'll be forever alone and smelly. Definitely. No, it's not true. People can enjoy statues of all kinds. Chew has her own statues. I'm looking at a Chew statue right here. Garp is a hype statue. I said I was going to show the pictures. I'll definitely try to get pictures for you guys to show Chew's statue collection because she has a collection here. Darkman Lord says hello and updates on Steve. Steve just said he's taking a break from social media, to be honest. That's what he said he was doing, and that's what he's doing. That's all I know, Darkman Lord. Okay, let's go. Blanca sale starts now.
Hello everyone, I'm Darkside Phil, and I am profiling for you today one of my statues from my statue collection which I am looking to sell. What I like to do is walk you through exactly what it is, talk to you a little bit about it, its value,
Great audio, King.
and then show you it physically.
Show
here.
you physically.
And then I'm going to tell you how you can make an offer on buying it. If I don't, go ahead and list it publicly on somewhere like Amazon or eBay, okay? So this is the Street Fighter Blanca Collector's Limited Edition High Quality Resin Statue from State of the Art Toys. This was one that I got way back in 2010.
Okay, so this is much harder, and I don't know how well you guys can see this, but remember that famous video of him swaying? He's doing it up here. Okay, so keep your eye up here. He is doing the sway. Okay, so it's not as easy to see as that other one, but he definitely is swaying.
Resin statue from State of the Art
There he
Toys.
goes.
This was one that I got way back
Back.
in 2010. This was before
Back.
I was doing YouTube for a living. As I had an office job back then, this was one of the first ones that I got.
Back and to the left.
It sat in a bookcase, basically, nicely,
I'll try to
dusted
keep
and
track of it for
protected
you.
from the elements for several years until finally, last year I moved out of my place in Connecticut. It was stored up and it's been sitting in storage. So just to give you some details on this, when it first went on sale, it retailed for around $85 to $90. It is a
Cheap one.
limited edition of 500 pieces. In fact, as you take a look on the top here, you can clearly see it's handwritten. This is number 151 of 500 total pieces that were ever created. Just to show you as I spin this around here, the condition, the box is in fine condition. All right, the bottom, everything. The box is in fine condition.
As he accentuates this little crease up here. And what's on this corner, brother?
All right, the bottom, everything here is fine. What I'll do is
Looks
I'll
like the corners are all fucked up too, but whatever.
Yeah, the corners are not great, but it's okay.
Tell you a little bit about what it goes for today, and then I'll tell you how you can make an offer on it if you're
At
interested.
least for me,
all right? So
like
there you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
It would depend on if you're an inbox collector or not, but like for me, it's like the box is nice to have because at least you know that it's going to be packed up properly and things like that. It's more about what's inside, but like at the same time, don't lie to me and say, "Oh yeah, it's mint condition, the box," and you can just look at it and see that it's very clearly not.
It's fine, right? Fine.
In styrofoam, pre-packed. It's not like you need special packaging or anything to store this guy. I actually purchased this guy back, when Street Fighter 4 had only been out for about a year.
Oh, Leanna Arm is helping.
Blanca was one of the characters that I was maining in that game as one of my main characters.
Oh, cool.
For quite a while, so
that adds to the value.
Here he is. All right, there he goes.
These would have been so much more entertaining if like Leanna was like a Vanna White kind of like
She should
showing
be doing
them off
something.
and like it's like Price is Right,
I'll show you.
This audio is rough. So much hiss. What is that hiss? It's not even air conditioning, I don't think.
He's a little under a foot tall, in fact. Here it is. He's actually actually about 13 inches. 13 inches there.
Ooh, impressive.
Or I guess if you're centimeters, probably about 34 centimeters tall. Width of a roughly
You
about...
used the Best Buy receipt to measure the girth on that one, buddy? I'm curious.
I like how we need to get the measurements officially.
I'd say probably about 8 inches.
Oh, 8
8
inches.
to 9 inches. Or
Still
20
very impressive.
centimeters.
Okay, very
Okay.
impressive.
That's actually not that weird. As somebody who like watches
it is?
some
Okay.
of this, like to go through and be like, oh yeah, this figure, like because some people are, super autistic about scaling of characters.
Yes.
That like Hulk should be this much bigger than Wolverine, who's short. So like they'll go through and measure them and all that stuff. But there's like a right way. Like there's some content creators that are honestly like make very good. Like really nice videos of these kind of things. There's a way to do this. Like this is how you don't sell or review figures. Like just like everything in his life, it's crazy.
Just doing it live, it's like, all right, hold on a second, let me get the measurements here. Hang on. I don't know. That seems weird to me, but all right, anyways.
and I say people are autistic about scale. I am someone that's autistic about scale.
Yes.
Like it drives me nuts if things are like out of scale. That's why I tend to collect 1/12 scale. But
there you go.
Colors you can see fully painted. No damage whatsoever on this guy. Like I said, he just...
Chew likes to watch there's one dude that does One Piece figures, and he'll get figures, dudes, that are like 500 pounds. They cost like $2,000, and it's like 18 million pieces. It's like it's the whole fucking room, But that's an impressive scale. But
sat in my bookshelf. No dirt, nothing. Perfectly in pristine condition. Okay? And, so I did some research online, and it looks like I can only find one person in the entire world selling this right now. They're from Europe, and they're selling it for about 179 euros, which converts to roughly 200 US dollars. Of course, they're in Europe. So if you were in America or, North America...
Of course, they're in Europe.
Okay, that's what they put it up for.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's going to sell for that.
Oh, yeah, you're going to love this, Tommy. He thinks, I found auction at this price, that's how much I can get. And it doesn't matter if it's sold or not. I found a price, that's the price, guys.
Why when you price your shit on eBay, you look at like what the... for a product, you look at what the recent sell price was. Either to put your if you want to auction it, either to put your auction in at a good level that people will bid, or if you're doing buy it now, like so you're not pricing yourself out of a sale,
I live Washington State, and you wanted to buy it from him, you're going to pay a crap ton of shipping.
Yeah.
So I would say if you are in the market for something cool like this, and you like Street Fighter, and Blanca's one of your favorite characters.
That is
I'll
cool.
zoom in on him here for you.
Oh, please.
This might be your opportunity to get something pretty neat and not too expensive. All right. So, how can you make an offer if you're interested seriously?
Yeah, please.
Email me at Darkside.
All right, I'm going to skip this in future videos, so just know he does this spiel every fucking time. So here we go.
How can you make an offer if you're interested seriously?
I'm interested.
Email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. And darksidephil spelled with a Y, by the way. DIRKSYDE.
Thank you.
PHIL.
Hello? What are we doing here?
Title your subject line, Statue Offer Blanca. Okay. Give me a little information about yourself, your name, where you live in the world. That's very
hair color.
important. I'm going to say this up front, and I'm going to say this in every video that I do for these statues that I'm selling. I live in the United States of America. If you live outside of the United States and you're looking to possibly purchase one of these, I'm going to tell you probably you want to think again. Recently, I just shipped a few things out of the United States that were nowhere near as big nor as heavy as this figurine, and they cost me anywhere from $50 to $100 to ship.
Oh my God.
So you're talking a ton of shipping costs.
Then do it on eBay.
Yeah.
If you're that worried about it, do it on eBay and say that seller pays or that buyer pays. It's not that difficult, dude.
All he's doing is trying to dodge eBay because we showed he got someone on eBay last time. He was trying to sell shit, not statues before. We showed him part one. They bid and then just didn't pay, and that was it, right? So,
but that kind of shit like happens, and you just go, all right, whatever, and move on. Because like in the grand scheme of things, like Darkside Phil is not that big of a known quantity, and most people are going to just be looking and be like, oh yeah, I want this stuff, this Wonka statue.
Yeah.
And you just deal with the trolling and, go from there.
He just worried about trolling so much. And this is the dumbest way possible. You have no reason to trust him with the bids, guys. Like,
Yeah.
You want 200? Man, hate to break it to you. Someone just said 220. It's like you could just do that endlessly.
And this isn't a guy who's, for the sake of argument, like done tax fraud or bankruptcy fraud, so it isn't like he has a history of being dishonest about his finances,
This is 2015, John. 2015. We moved into the house now for 8 months or so.
Probably not worth it for you, all right? But if you're domestic, or if you live in Canada or Mexico or somewhere nearby to the United States, it's probably going to be a great opportunity. The way I'm doing this is I'm waiting to see if people are seriously interested.
Yeah.
Based off of that, I'll wait probably a few days after I post this video and see what I hear. If I hear a few offers, all right, again, it's worth roughly, supposedly around $200. I will entertain offers. You don't have to offer up that much. Like I said, I paid about $100 for it when it came down to shipping plus what I originally paid. Keep in mind, though, it has accumulated value since then.
Oh, it's accumulated value since then. It's like gold.
Has it?
So let me know. Let me know what you're willing to offer. If after, let's say, a few days to a week, I don't have enough offers, I will go ahead and probably post this up publicly on Amazon or eBay. And I'll probably link this video to it so that people have the opportunity to see it in person before they decide to make a bid or an offer on it. Okay.
I can only imagine, right? Like when you go to buy stuff on eBay, especially like collectibles, you want to make sure the pictures are good and stuff. Like if there was a video posted, I'd be like, oh, sick. Like they actually took the time to post a video to show their stuff, and then you open up the video and it's this fucking video.
Oh yeah, it'd be interesting if any comments are like that. Hold on, there's only 10 seconds left. About
the Blanca collector's edition,
I'll check it.
high quality resin statue from state of the art toys, pristine condition,
Pristine.
no flaws, going up for sale. Send your offers, and thanks very much for your time. I'm Darkside Phil. See you later.
I'm Darkside Phil, signing off.
And then somebody else, the videos don't show anything. He doesn't take the time to give you like a nice 360 view of like what it is, to show any potential defects or flaws, not even things that he did wrong. Like sometimes there's just manufacturing errors that like it's nice to be transparent about and be like, oh yeah, there's this like scuffed paint or something. Like you don't, the framing on the figure is terrible. You know nothing about it from that. I wouldn't bid on that.
Yeah, it's just like it's not really very helpful. It seems like it's just very self-indulgent talking for 7 minutes about the shit. This is interesting. So now that Phil has a new place and an extra mouth to feed, he has to sell his stuff for extra money. Funny. Sammy, I think that might be Sammy Sosa. I don't notice that name though. But he says, "What's so funny about a man selling his stuff to pay down a little bit of debt?" Jesus with lightsaber says, "I don't get it. What's funny about anything you said?" Astronomical Ass says, "You want to know something funny? LOL, you wasting your time actually caring about him selling his stuff for extra money. It's none of your concern. Do something with your life besides questioning others' decisions. Why does it matter to you what he does with his own money?" What are you going to say? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is a snapshot. There was a time when, if you were detracting 2014, 15, 16, and, there's the King of Hate vlogs and stuff, like you could rumble a little bit with Phil Dents. There were actual Dents that would step up and talk and defend Phil and banter online, and like those people just do not exist anymore.
No, they're not. They're all gone. This as you can see, a lot of comments get deleted. That's why there's no troll comments here. There's all kind of positive. I'll buy that for $1. 500. Here he goes. 50 to 100 for domestic shipping on that item. Are you kidding? That's too much. You are trying to make money off of the shipping. Typical, like an eBay seller. My friend sent me a PC which is very heavy and all he paid was $44, and that included insurance. Nice try. Says Blue Monkey Pill. There we go. So questioning Philip's numbers there, as Tobby was earlier. Makes sense to me. A guy incognito says, "Let's revisit Astronomical Ass." Oh, you're interested? Just go to the link here. You can find out more. All right, next up, we go to Twitter. And our first sale says, "I got my first offer on the Blanca statue. That's a good sign. And maybe we'll have some luck after all. Check it out." And that's just a link to the video. He then says, "Also had a mini bidding war between 3 bidders today for the Blanca statue, so my first sale seems to be going well. Sweet."
Oh, we're popping off. We're up to 6 likes.
There are many times in which we don't know the final. There are times we do learn the final. The conclusion to Eddie's sale, but this is one of those cases where there is no conclusion to the sale. Now, I'm going to keep showing you more of these sales, and I think that means it never sold, personally, because he makes sure you know when he sells them. But if he doesn't say anything, I think that means he didn't sell them, but I don't know. Maybe he did sell this Blanca statue, but he doesn't talk about it again. Okay,
the broad majority of the stuff, I think, is still sitting in the nook or somewhere in his house.
Well, there's an update on that, too. We're going to finish today with an update from 8 days ago. He talked about the statues again. Okay, so we're going to get there.
That's how we're going to get there. We'll see.
So now we get to the second sale. It says, "My new statue for sale walkthrough is live, shortly setting up for the order on stream. Will I beat it today?" Okay, so this is the second statue. Let's go.
Okay, hello everyone. Darkside Phil here, and I'm profiling one of my many pieces of my statue collection for possible sale.
Look at that sway.
This one is called the Black Cat.
Now you can absolutely see the swaying. It's much easier to see this time.
Legendary scale bust. Black Cat being one of the most well-known female characters of the Spider-Man lore of Marvel Comics. Okay, this one
is that true, Toby? Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Big statement
Felicia's,
there. Okay,
Felicia's a pretty popular character. Yeah,
okay, just being clear.
Sideshow collectibles. Unlike a lot of my other collection, is just a bust, which means shoulders, chest, head. Doesn't have arms or legs. Okay. I purchased this one way back when in about 2010. This was one of my earliest ones that I purchased in my collection. And it basically just sat on top of a dresser for several years. Protected from the elements and all of that. As you're going to see, I am going to show you what condition it is in.
Protected from the elements.
What elements? Like, is there a fucking, gale force winds in your goddamn apartment? What are you
Some people
talking
put those
about, bro?
outside. This is a nice dinner piece for your barbecue.
It's limited to 500 pieces. I'll show you at the bottom here. This is number 100. It looks like 171 of 500. I can't actually even make that up.
Yes, good point there, Eric Newton. He was laid off in 2010, and he did say this is when he bought one of his first figures in the same year.
It's kind of nicked, so it could be 191 or 171. Looks like 171 probably of 500. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to show you what it is, and I'm going to talk a little bit about, the scarcity and the value and stuff.
By the way, this costs $500, as Talby found in the first
Here we go. I'll show you the whole box, the sides, black cat there on the side. As you can see, box completely intact, no damage whatsoever.
Except for the see, you can't be saying that stuff when you see that corner nonsense. It's not bad.
You
But
can clearly see the corner.
look at this corner right
Again,
here.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But just be honest. Just like, the box has been in storage, and being in storage, it's gotten a little beat up. I don't think people are going to take that big of a deal as long as the statue itself is in good condition.
Yeah, just don't lie.
The sides, black cat there on the side. As you can see, box completely intact, no damage whatsoever.
I mean, there's some damage going on up here. You know what I'm saying?
On both,
on
both corners.
Okay.
It's warped. No damage though, dude. Come on, bud.
And the good thing about Sideshow Collectibles, they put it in this nice heavy styrofoam.
Oh,
So
God, he put Leanna to work again.
Repack if you want to store it yourself or ship it or move it somewhere.
How do you think that
Pretty well
conversation
protected.
went? All right, honey, I need you to come help me do the statue videos.
I think because he's like, I mean, you could probably convince her, we really need to sell this, honey. Things are not going well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Leanna was much more in tune with the finances, honestly. I think she's more of a normal
I
human
agree.
being.
I think I think he learned a lot of lessons. Not to turn this into a Leanna cat stream. But I think he learned a lot of lessons from how things went wrong, and I think one of the things was knowing about the money.
Yes.
So I think these days he tries really, really hard to keep Kat as not in the know about money as humanly possible.
Yeah, she doesn't know shit. I bet she knows nothing. Things are going great, honey. It's always that, Things are going awesome.
Here we go.
I know. Why would you take it? You could still show the box with it out of the box. This is so dumb. He's doing an unboxing for something that's already unboxed.
Right, and it's stupid because, again, if you just make a good video like this, you can edit it. You show the box, edit, boom, it's out of the box. You don't need to show any of this shit. I'm talking obvious stuff. It just shows how lazy he is about everything. If you really are in financial straits and you're taking the time to make a video, at least make it as good as possible, bro.
Yeah, Hang on. Give me a minute. Sliding it out. Hang on. Hang on.
Scoot it on over to show it to you. It is very heavy. It's probably, I'd say, a good 10 to 15 pounds. Probably around 10 pounds, a little bit. Okay.
Okay, he says 10. Is there an official number on the sales page, Talby?
Yeah, there might be, but I doubt it's 10 pounds. I'd be shocked if it was 10 pounds.
He has a problem with his weights.
Actually, dust her off a little bit because, from the styrofoam, she's got dust all over her.
No!
Scoot it back.
Give her the rub down. Hang on, give her a quick rub down.
And that'd be the other
Dust
thing.
all over
What the
her.
fuck? Why would you dust with your hands? If you're gonna do this on camera, at least use paper
Scrub the
towel or
oil.
something, or dust, or you can buy dusting brushes and shit.
Hang on, let me get my oils on this. But oh my god, guys, I found the weight. It is 6 pounds.
Yeah, that was about what I thought.
I am not lying. I'll show you the proof. I'm not just making it up. Product weight, 6 pounds. He thinks he doesn't have any concept of weight in any way. But okay. That is 2.72 kilograms, guys.
There we go. Scoot it back.
I think he just wanted to get one last feel
I'll
up before
rotate it
sending
for
her
you
to
in
her
a
new
second.
home.
Yeah.
Here. So here it is. Some cool features of this. Number one, she's got the little cat pendant on her neck. Number two, she's got this actual movable zip on her
that's
bust
hype.
there. Why any woman would want to have a zipper on the boobs when you have such big boobs is probably a bad idea. But
Why?
What?
What are you talking about?
What? Because it's hot?
But yeah, so there it is. I'll rotate.
I guess because Leanna's there, he has to say that kind of stuff. I don't know why anyone would want this here.
Just to show you, there's no damage, never dropped, never nicked, nothing. There's nothing on this at all. It's 100% intact. No problem, little styrofoam stuck on her, but that's about it.
That's okay. I'll wipe it off with my grease.
I believe on the bottom, too, they also list 191 of 500. We got our answer. 191 of 500, handwritten right there, Black Cat. And it is 2010. It confirms it right there, 2010.
Yeah.
Is when this came out, okay? So it's a nice piece. It's about a foot tall, roughly.
You don't measure it?
See here.
Yeah!
It's about actually 13 inches, which is about 33 centimeters.
And look, I can tell you that from this. It's 13 inches in height, 14 inches in width, and 9 inches in diameter. But
literally just go to the product page and drop the specs.
Let's see what he
eBay
says.
Listing. Just making this so much more complicated than he needs to.
I'm guessing this is going to be 14 inches. Let's see.
Width, if you're going from hair to shoulder, you're probably talking about 14 inches.
Oh, I wouldn't have
probably-
guessed that. Depth, not diameter. Thank you, Strider. That's what I meant.
637 centimeters, all right? And it's a very nice piece. Doesn't take up a lot of space because the bottom, the base of it is actually smaller than the hair. So as long as you have somewhere to put it down on, it's a very nice piece. I went online to see the
Here we go.
value of this thing. I could only find one person selling it, and they were selling it for $1,000. I can't tell you. Obviously, I can't tell you what is the real estimated value of this. It seems to me that a lot of these statues that I'm trying to sell at this point, no one's selling them. Like, people bought them, and they're either in their personal collections or they're in storage, and they're not looking to actually sell them. So it's hard to determine the value of something like this. Is this worth $1,000? Not really. When you really think about it.
Not really.
Great salesman.
Probably not.
It's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it, right? So I know when I originally bought this, I believe I paid around $200 to $300 for it. So I'd be willing to let it go.
That's not true, by the way. It was $500. I found the Talby found the sales page. So I don't see how he's getting that from. And this is a very big statue. I don't know where I found that from, but there you go. This is the sales page from back then, okay? So, there you go.
Oh, for anywhere reasonable around there or above. Now, if I get people who are really interested in it and say, well, I want it, and I get 2-3 buyers that are kind of interested and they're all kind of going against each other, I'll be sure to let everyone know so that, no one's...
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I made it for 200, and then some guy offered 800, I'll definitely let those people know what's going on with that. So, how can you contact me to make an offer about this one?
I'm skipping this part again. Let's go to the ending.
It's such a sleazy process.
Yeah, trust me on this one, guys. Trust me.
Definitively become the winner, and they want to buy it, we'll talk and we'll figure it out. If not, let's say after a week I don't get any offers, or
He says this every single time.
get anywhere legitimately with people who want to get it outside of a business website, then I will list it either on Amazon or on eBay for sale, and we will go from there. Okay, and I will obviously link this video so that people can see the whole walkthrough of the item.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they understand the condition that it's in before they purchase it. So that is it for the Black Scat legendary skip. The Black Scat. Black Scat. Okay. The Black Cat legendary scale bust. Got a little ahead of myself there. Hope that you're interested. If you are, hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot. See you later.
All right, let's check the comments here. There's no way you're going to get what you want for it.
Yes, that's true.
Let's see. Cerulean 86. Oh, it got deleted. So there's Cerulean 86. Someone is referencing Cerulean 86, but their comment's not here. That means it got deleted. Shit! Cerulean 86 comment gone. But Cerulean 86 said something, and this person responds to him saying, true, that's a good point. Who knows what it was? Damn.
Probably was a good point. Cerulean seems like a smart guy.
I'm sure it was good. I'm going to send it to him on Discord so I don't forget. And we can ask him for the story. I'm sure he won't remember, but we'll try it. Okay, next up on this one, he says, okay, bidding on my Black Cat statue has reached $245 today. Please email me at DarksidePhil to make an offer. Okay, then he says, Lots of activity on the Black Cat statue. So far, bids up to $270 and climbing. I think people realize what a deal it is. It's worth $500 plus. IW says it's not worth $500 after you look it out of the box and left it on the shelf for years, says this person. Then he says, congrats on the winner of my Black Cat statue bust. Now uploading a statue walkthrough on the King of Hate vlogs, then it's Xenoverse time. So this one is officially sold. And I guess we're going to call this one what? $275, let's say? Because that was the last bid. So we'll put $275 on this one. And once again, you can see he didn't say the Blanca statue sold, so I just don't think that did. He gives you an update whenever they sell, and he did not say anything about that one. So we're going to call that one $275 sold, okay? That's the first one that's sold in my mind. Let's keep going. Next up, we're going to move to, he chooses another sexy piece here, and he says, a new statue is now for sale. Please give a look and send offers at darksidephilhelmet.com. Thanks, we get Emma Frost.
Hello everyone, Darkside Phil here, and I am profiling one of my statues for sale. This is the Emma Frost premium format figure from Sideshow Collectibles. This is one that I bought a long time ago, back in 2010. It's actually one of the earliest ones that I purchased for my collection, way back when. And I'm looking to sell it. I have a few things to tell you about this figure. It's pretty unique for a few reasons. First of all,
go ahead.
It was a limited run, I believe, of only 500 pieces. In fact, I believe on the bottom here it says...
That's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The limited run, they limit these things because like these high-end like statues, the amount of people that actually buy them is like relatively small. You don't want to make like 10,000 of these things. Most of them would go unsold.
Your market's this big, so you say, okay, well, let's just kind of say it's 500-ish. That's how many we plan to sell, and then it adds value to it in some people's minds,
Hasbro's been starting to do that stuff too with like some of their figures. If they're like bigger pieces, they just do made to order. So they have like a window where people can pre-order it, and then when that window's done, they're like, we're producing this many, and like that's it. It's like, it's not just like an artificial scarcity tactic. It's like you don't want to like
make too many.
You don't want to make too many. It's basic business, man. But,
some of those One Piece ones are like they make like 5. It's like because there's only 5 people on Earth that want to spend $3,000 on a statue. You know what I mean? It's like insane.
HasLab, HasLab's one of them, and they also like. Again, I collect X-Men shit. They came out with the Sentinel from the new cartoon, and it's huge. Like it's like fucking 2 feet tall or whatever. And because it's got to be in scale because they're giant robots. But they only, they just had it open for like a limited amount of time that people could pre-order it because it's like $150 or some shit like that. And your average person isn't going to walk into Target and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy this giant X-Men robot. It's not a main character like Wolverine or Gambit or Cyclops or whoever the fuck, what I mean? Your average consumer isn't going to buy it. It's like, it's pretty simple.
16 of 500. It's probably very small, but I can show you to that in a close-up.
Yeah, please. Close up.
416 of 500 shows it right there.
Nice. Thank you for the zoom in.
Why is this a run of 500? You may have seen this figurine on the internet and said, but I thought that this was a run of 750 pieces.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Why you're saying there's only 500. Because this is not the standard edition. This is
Educate me,
the Sideshow Collectibles exclusive edition. I'm going to open this up and show you why this is the exclusive edition in just a moment. Okay. So Emma Frost, the White Queen, one of the more popular Marvel Comics figures in the 2000s. I actually have not followed Marvel Comics in a while, so I don't know if she is still, huge in that regard in the Marvel Universe. But I was, a fan, and it was one of the coolest figures that I saw at the time when I was starting up my collection. And now I'm going to...
So the initial buy, this is again 2010 buy, included both of those ladies we just saw, Black Cat and Emma Frost. Just to point,
for sale.
He also put them in the bedroom, as we saw in the part 1.
Yeah. Again, I had my Gooner class, and this is one of them because he doesn't know or give a fuck about Emma Frost. Like,
no, hot.
I heard his Wolverine discussion the other day on his pre-stream when he watched the trailer for the video game, and he was completely wrong. We don't need to go into that 2-day play. He was so wrong. And Wolverine is like a major X-Men character. He doesn't know, like, Emma's popular, but she's not that popular, like, comparatively. Like, he doesn't know a fucking thing. He just saw it's like, oh, sexy lady related to comic books. I'm gonna put it on my goon shelf. It's that simple.
Yes. Yeah, he said the Wolverine like doesn't get angry or something. That was the
Yeah,
best.
he said he doesn't get it. Well, his whole thing. I'll derail it. I'll just very shortly.
Quickly, yeah.
Yeah, quickly. He goes into a whole thing about how he's like, oh, he doesn't kill people. Like he never killed a bunch of people back in the day. And it's like, well, that's because in the 70s and 80s, like there's this thing called the Comic Code Authority where you could only depict superheroes doing a certain level of violence, right? And when things loosened up in the 80s and 90s, they portrayed him as a more violent character because he's a guy with fucking knives that come out of his hands. Like what are you supposed to do? Like his whole deal is that like he's like, I kill people because I've done that, and the rest of you X-Men shouldn't have to do the thing that I do. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to like almost protect people from doing like the nastier side of things.
Yes.
But of course he's like, they show him ripping people apart. That's like never happened. And I think on your stream somebody like had sent you like a panel of a comic, and I could send you like thousands of panels of Wolverine just fucking people up. You know?
I mean, come on. That's what people want from comic books. It's not that fucking deep, man. You want to see cool dudes beating up other dudes and killing them. It's not that fucking deep, man.
And it's like when Logan came out, you know, the movie, like, however long ago it was a big deal when it was rated R, because people have been like for years be like, oh, an R-rated Wolverine movie, like because he's got these claws coming out of his hands, we want to see him fuck people up. Like,
yes,
it was something the fan base wanted for a long time. Like people, if they would have showed that game and it wasn't violent, I think there would have been like a pretty strong backlash to it. It'd be like making a Punisher game that wasn't violent, you know what I mean?
Velvet Raven in the house. It's just selling shit in the most inefficient, sketchy, suspect way possible. Good job, King. Exactly. Just all to protect his ass from trolling on eBay, which again, eBay can protect against, right? They know what they're doing about that shit. They deal with it, but nope, we're doing it this way, where it's just trust me, bro. Let's go. Go ahead. Come on, YouTube.
Yeah, and someone mentioned that the X-Men Origin Wolverine game was like, because the movie was rated PG-13, but they made a M-rated game that was like awesome. The movie was terrible, but the game was sick, and that was like in 2009.
There you go.
However, there is something that I'm going to have to show you, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
A defect, that manufacturing defect that I noticed when I did receive this figure, okay? Uh-oh. So let's open her up. I'll rotate it to show you the rest of the box. All right. It's intact. As you can see, no damage on the box. The box is intact fully. We're going to open this up. All the styrofoam is intact as well. Now these Sideshow collectible figures, they tend to have some issues with packing. I mean, sometimes they have stuff on the outside. This one does. That's why I'm sliding it very carefully here.
Please do.
I believe this one in particular has some things on the outside that we need to take off. Yeah, right here. Oh no, you know what? We actually packed it on the inside. Good. All right, let's see here. I'm going to open it up. Okay.
Ooh la la.
So, it's got a base, okay?
Come here.
Your main figurine right here is actually all one piece, and it slides into the base with the foot. She'll rotate around here. And there's a peg in the foot.
I'm glad this is in the video.
It needs to go into a hole, and that's what gives it its standing support.
God, him leaning into this frame like that was a fucking jump scare.
Whoa! It's very,
the contrast
very
of like
go.
sexy Emma Frost and then this like gouty pig man just leaning into the frame.
It goes in by the foot. It goes in by the foot here. It stands by itself. Yeah. Okay, I'm refreshing because YouTube's pissing me off.
Hello everyone, Darkside Phil here.
There we go. And he's
There's a peg in the foot.
Go.
It needs to go into a hole, and that's
Let's see if she gets the rub down treatment.
what gives it its standing support. It'll be a little bit of tricky to get it in, but once you get it in, it's very, very firm. There we go.
Oh yes, that's true.
Rotate her around. As you can see, her cape actually has a wire attached to it, and you can mold this wire however you want. I actually curved it a little bit when I originally got it, but you can mold this in any like kind of
great choice, King.
Formation that you would like. Now, here's why this is the Sideshow Collectibles exclusive, and this is what I want to show you guys. Okay, the normal Emma Frost figurine that was sold, which was 750 pieces, came with two arms. These two arms right here, which you attach like so. Magnetically. They actually have magnets inside of them that hold those arms in place. Okay.
And this one was sold for $200, by the way, guys. $200 on this one. I mean, when he bought it.
The figurine looks like, okay, when it is completed. What I'll actually do here is move the styrofoam, push her back a little bit. And as I said, you can actually adjust as you want the cape. If you want it to be flying over her like that. Look how, see, it looks dramatic. Oh, and you can stretch it out, or you can attach it to other things.
Like, why does he act like this? That shit is dumb when like he liked it before. That's what I hate when he does that. Like, if you like something, just like it. Look, you can stretch it out. Whoa, like you clearly
here I am
worked
watching
into
this,
that.
and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. They give her like soft goods. It's a little more. It's a little more. Keeps it from, because it'd be like, so it keeps the weight down and gives you some like options to display it. I don't know. And it's like, again, you're trying to sell this thing. Why are you talking it down?
Ooh, you can just do this. Ooh.
To hold it in place. That's the general.
Yeah, what kind of fucking idiot would buy something like this? Anyway, if you want to bid,
$200.
Now, the reason that this one is more valuable and rarer to only 500 pieces, because this one comes with an alternate arm that actually holds Cyclops' visor. There was a big plot line, in the X-Men comics where Cyclops, after Jean Grey passed away, eventually fell in love with Emma Frost, and so they were kind of an item. So,
that's not true.
Signifying that.
Oh, intrigue.
Remove this arm.
I mean, it's kind of true, but
yeah.
Not again. He didn't explain it properly because he's an idiot.
That shirt is screaming, King.
The Cyclops visor. All right, I typically didn't do.
Need one size up that puppy, sir.
Yeah, I usually use the standard hand, but I want to warn everyone. Take a look.
Uh-oh.
Now, keep in mind, I didn't damage this. This came like this. As you can see, the finger does have a crack on it.
Why the fuck does a buyer care? I did not do this, guys.
And apparently, when they manufactured this, it was very fragile. And it was I was reading some reviews online. People were saying it tends to break easily. I never dropped it. It never fell. It just did this by itself.
So it did it by itself.
If it came out of the package like that, you could contact fucking Sideshow and they would send you a new one, or if they didn't have a new one, they would like give you your money back or something. Like,
why would you ever accept that?
Yeah, if I got it out of the package and had a crack in the figure like this, and I'd spent $250 on it, I'd be like, "Hey, bros, what the fuck? I spent money on this." That's what a normal person would do. So he broke it. He stumbled into it drunk one night or during one of his goon sessions. Like, come on, buddy.
I want to up front tell you guys, out of this entire figurine, all right, there's no damage to anything here. But I want to let you know that the standard arm here has some cracking. It's just the way it was manufactured. That's number one. That's not even the only defect on it.
I'm sure.
I think he's used that hand for something. You know what I mean? That's a way you could use that figure. Be very interactive.
Number two, she's supposed to have here, below her navel, an X-Men symbol.
What?
She doesn't. Look, here's the box. Here's the figure. Never came with it. It just never came with it. And if
why would you accept that?
It looks like there's a dot of glue there. So apparently when they manufactured her, it had it. But then when I finally got it in the mail, it didn't have it. And of course, I contacted Sideshow Collectibles at the time, and they were like, well, do you want to do a full refund for this? I was like, no, this is silly. It's a tiny little thing. So up front,
that makes 0 sense. Why would you not? What? Well, it's just a tiny little thing. Do you want a full refund? No, it's a tiny little thing. What?
Because it sounds like to me the way he phrased that, like that they were willing to refund it and let him keep it. So in that case, I think that's what a normal person would do.
This is how it's supposed to look, just so you know. This is the real. So it is missing the X-Men symbol there, the X.
I'll warn you guys of those two things.
Why would you call them then? Good point. Why would you ever call them? Hey, by the way, this thing's fucked up. Okay, you want to do refed? Nah.
Did you just want to Karen at somebody and just be like, just so you guys know, when you sent me the Emma Frost figure, the X belt was loose, like whatever the fuck. Come on, bud. You didn't call. You didn't call, or you broke it, or you did something to break it, and come on.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not doing it now, Guilty Pleasure Cinema, but was it there for the earlier videos is a good question, actually.
I was thinking the same thing. I thought it was there. I remember it being there, but again, I might just be filling in the gaps because, I saw what it was supposed to look like. You know what I mean?
Let me see if I can quickly find... Okay. Here... Oh, no. Okay. So in 2011, it's already gone. That's all I can tell you. So 2011, here is 2011 Condo Tour. And you can see it's not there. So maybe it was an early session, but
If you bought a product from Sideshow, and as the thing shows, he spent thousands of dollars with Sideshow, and one arrives and it has a missing X belt and the finger's all fucked up and broken. Like, why would you just keep buying it? It's like that Donald Trump tweet where he's like talking about the Diet Coke company being mad at him, and he's like, no matter, I'll just keep drinking that garbage. Like, it's the same concept.
It's the same thing. It's like, DSP talking about how Nintendo sucks and he buys every single version of every single fucking game and all the accessories, but they suck.
Fuck Phil Spencer. Fuck Game Pass. Fuck them for putting the money up. Now I'm going to keep spending the money on it because I need it for my business.
Remember?
Yeah.
Well, they are raising the price to $30, but I will keep paying it, of course. But fuck Phil Spencer.
Figure in any way, shape, or form when I go to sell it, it has a few problems, and they were actually like that when I got this figure new. It wasn't that I dropped it or nothing. It's, you see, there's no.
Again, this is irrelevant to someone buying this figure, by the way. Oh, this dude didn't break it. Oh, okay, well that's cool then. I'll pay full price. He didn't break it.
There's no paint.
Is that what he wants?
Shipping or nothing. It just had that defect when I got it.
Okay,
so,
defect.
Here's the deal. I can't even find this figurine for sale online. What I did see was the standard edition that didn't come with this visor. I've seen going online in 2 different places.
How much?
In Europe, I see a few people selling it for about anywhere from 250 to 300 euros, which would equate from anywhere from, say, 300 to maybe 350 American dollars.
Okay.
Since this is a more limited run, I would think that it's even, more valuable than that. Then I left eBay. I actually went to a different website, and someone was trying to sell it, the regular edition, again, for $500.
Oh, my God.
But they hadn't sold it. It was just listed there for $499.95 or whatever. So I would probably think a reasonable price for this figurine, being that this has no damage besides the X-Men symbol, would probably be in the $300 to $500 range. Now,
by the way, if something doesn't hit a reasonable price, he will not sell it. By the way, guys, so that's what I think happens when he doesn't talk about something being sold. Like the bids didn't get to his acceptable level, and he just didn't sell it. I really think that's what happened. But
like, if it were me and like a product like this comes up and it has damage and you did want to buy it, like I think that immediately takes it down to like $50 tops.
Yeah, if it's broken,
in my
fuck
opinion,
that.
it's broken. I wouldn't buy it, but like, if it's like I'm at like I don't know, if I'm like at a trade show and I see something like that and I'm like, well, it's got a little damage, but I think I can fix that myself or something. I'll buy it for $5, like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
this has multiple things wrong with it.
For this, you idiot. Like, it's got 2 major issues.
Yeah, it's missing a piece of the fucking costume.
It has damage, and that's why I'm obviously very willing to accept offers. So the way this is going to work, if you like this figurine and you're interested in it,
we're not hearing this again. He goes to the exact same spiel every time. Let's go to the end of the video.
Refund it at the time because it was so limited. I don't even think.
Oh, here we go.
That's when I got it, and it had some exactly what.
Let's see how he retcons the story in the same video. Here we go.
You're getting with the defects that it came with. Okay, I like it, but I'll be honest, I was pissed when I got it and it had some defects, but I wasn't gonna, refund it at the time because it was so limited. I don't even think they had a replacement. They just wanted to give me a refund. So that is it.
You would know the story of this? He said, I don't even know if they could refund me. Okay.
For the Emma Frost premium.
If that's the case, then they give you your money fucking back, right?
Yeah, why would I want it in my house? It's broken. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's fine.
Format figure. I hope to hear from someone soon. I hope to give it a new home somewhere where someone will enjoy it. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thanks,
hope
Panda.
To hear from you soon.
Panda slid the box over. Okay, it just did this by itself, says somebody, and then I've heard this way too many times from Phil. That is true. People will want to know, when will you offer Joel and Ellie statue? That's coming up in the future. It says Joel Ellie collectible isn't a statue. Dumb fuck. It's hollow plastic that was mass produced and worth next to nothing. You could easily buy one online for cheap, so my selling it wouldn't make much sense.
What an idiot. You have somebody that's like actually like interested.
Yeah, yelling at him. And then he says, if it's from the collector's edition of the game, that's incredibly stupid. Those things were mass produced like crazy versus the statues in my collection, some of which only had a few hundred made. Then someone else said something, they're all deleted. That's nuts.
You'd probably get more money, like, honestly, for the Joel and Ellie than he would for that fucking Emma Frost, because it's not broken.
Most collector's editions are mass produced like crazy. I consider selling it then, I guess, although shipping of something that size like $30 to $50 and probably makes it not worth it anyway.
No, domestic shipping, that's like $10 tops.
Then someone says, Phil, could you let us know for what you've sold previous stats at the beginning of new videos? It would be cool to know for what people you've managed to sell them. And I agree with that because we know the totals. Philip then says, I would, but these videos were filmed in batch, meaning I filmed a bunch at a time. So I'd have no way of knowing what the others sold for in the future. Makes sense. All right, next we're going to go to Twitter here about Emma Frost, the saga of Emma Frost. We go to, haven't talked much about it, but my Emma Frost statue has only gotten one serious bid for $250. Anyone else? Email me. Someone says, one serious? Does that mean you get troll bids and how do you know it's just trolling? Then, morning all, congrats to Sarah, who won the Emma Frost statue for $250. So that is our second sold statue that is confirmed. It is $250 for Emma Frost, okay? And there we go. Okay, our second sale. So we have total sales now of $525. Remember, we're trying to make up $11,000 here. But we're working our way there. Then he says, another one bites the dust. Sold the Emma Frost statue for several months back to a lucky buyer. Finally seeing some space in the nook. So I want to show you this. This is March 7th. Okay, March 7th. Then we jump forward to, where's the other one? I closed it. Hold on. Then we jump forward to March. Where is it? Where did I put it? It said months back. Fuck, where is it? I just showed it to you, and now I lost it. Not that. Oh my God, you saw it, right? It said in the future. Oh my God. All right, anyways, I'll find it. I'll find it in the spreadsheet. Hang on, I'll show it to you. But it sold many months in the future, actually. So this one wasn't the real sale. There it is, my bad. August 14th, 2015. Another one bites the dust. Sold the Emma Frost statue from several months back to a lucky buyer. So here's an example I'm trying to show you of how sometimes he says it's sold, but then we learn later it's not. You know, like this is 5 months later.
Maybe Sarah, air quotes, was like not a serious buyer, and then he didn't want to put that out there as like a troll W. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I think that happened a lot. He would not say anything negative about sales, really, except if they didn't sell. That's kind of the only thing negative he would say about these. And you know there'd be some shenanigans happening, right? I mean, I think there would be some shenanigans, personally, but... And also could be a way to fake interest. Like you kind of floated out there that it was worth $250, and then, you know, somebody comes back and it's like, well, my other buyer was going to buy it for $250. You know, that's my minimum kind of thing. I think he was doing a lot of chicanery with this shit.
I think so too. I think at the very least hiding negative stuff that was happening. You know what I mean? Because
hiding negative stuff that was happening. I think he was using shipping costs to justify getting more money out of people, like that kind of thing, for sure.
And he definitely, if anything was lower than he thought was worth, it's not getting sold, guys, and he's not talking about it anymore, really, I think. NW News says, crime not to put a black light on all those statues. Pigpen Lord of Dirt says, ALT, when are you selling your Jury Feet statue? I don't know if those exist. I don't have any statues myself. I'm not a statue person. Thank you, though, Pigpen Lord of Dirt. Okay, next up, Shredder. So we're selling our Shredder statue now, and this one's extra cool. It must be because he spends 8 minutes talking about it. So here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. DSP here, and this is another one of my statue walkthrough videos. Today we're going to be showing off the Shredder Comiket from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line of Sideshow Collectibles. This is a unique figure because of the unique amount of customization that actually is available with it, which I'm going to show you shortly. It is a statue/Comiket. And it is about 10 pounds in weight. We actually just weighed it on our scale.
You already said that part.
Here. So to show you here, quick walk.
All right, he says 10 pounds on this puppy. Let me tell you the truth.
There's a little side view of the box on the back. Cool back view. You may notice he looks a little different. I'm going to show you about that in a moment here.
Oh, please.
This is the Sideshow exclusive edition, which means it is the more limited run, and you'll actually see right here on the bottom. He is number 358 of 500 pieces. Okay? So only 500 of this exclusive edition were ever made. So let's open them up. And And I will show you why this is the exclusive edition and why this is a really cool edition. I like this one in particular, this piece.
Oh, definitely. Thanks, Leanna.
That, which you'll see shortly. Some really neat features. So let's flip them open here. All right. This is really neat because as you can see, it's all on one side. Now, why is this piece so unique? Well, not only is it a shredder figure, as you can see, he has 3 interchangeable heads, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
so
God.
Head number 1 is the head from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic books, from the the original Eastman and Laird line from the 1980s into early 90s. Notice you cannot see his face at all. It was only just 2 cartoonish eyes that were visible in that version. That's the first head. Head number 2 is actually from the 1980s and 90s children's cartoon, where you can actually see his eyes. The Shredder always had his eyes visible in that cartoon. Okay, and also I would say probably from the line of movies in the 1990s, the live-action movies. And then the third head, this is the one that is the Sideshow exclusive. It was only available if you pre-ordered this special edition of 500 pieces. It's him without the mask on at all. So a Rokusaki, I guess is what you would call this one, his actual face. He is the leader of the Foot Clan, and it's a pretty nice figurine overall. What I'll do is I'll take this out.
What's a Rokusaki? That's you call that
what
one.
It looks like once it is standing. This is one of the more simpler ones that I had to set up. As you can see, look, all one piece. You take it right out, rotate the base around. There's one simple notch to put the foot into.
He said it, so.
Once it's lined up, he stands nicely onto the base. Don't worry, we're going to back this up in a moment here to show you. We'll put a head on him.
Thanks, Leanna.
There you go. Voila. Look how easy that was to set up. Okay? See that?
Look how easy that was to set up.
And it is, even though it doesn't seem to be, it is centered weight. Just so you guys know, it's not like it's wobbly or anything. I'll show you. You can bang them all around. Look. He is. They made it nice and
He's banging a concrete island and it's not shaking.
Actually,
He's so funny. I know that never happens, but I just watch these videos and I just like pray to God that like one of them falls or gets broken or whatever. It's like, please God, it would be so
Marble
funny.
countertop attached to, his entire kitchen is attached to this piece of marble, and he pounds it like it's gonna shake it all.
Bang them all around. Look.
Oh my God!
They made it nicely so that it's a centered weight. It's not just lopsided. It's gonna fall in.
You could do that to a fucking Jenga tower and it wouldn't fall. I mean, that's how sturdy that shit is. But okay.
Okay. So.
Granite.
Yeah, I like this piece. There's a few reasons. Number one, because it's the 3 versions of Shredder. It's not just the one Shredder. It's 3 different versions from any lore that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been through. You get that version of Shredder. Number 2, the thing I really like about this guy is the base.
I doubt that's true. There's like a fucking 1,000 Shredders now.
I'll take the head off just to make sure it doesn't come
Anyways.
off. But take a look. The base is so small.
Oh my God.
It's very narrow. And it's very easy to find a placement for this guy on a bookshelf. On top, I actually had him on top of a bookcase where I didn't have a lot of room, but because the base is so small, I was able to squeeze him in to the bookcase. All right. Also, the heads are magnetic, just so you know. Once you do put them on,
oh great,
the magnet takes over and will hold that head in place, and it's not going to go
takes
anywhere.
over.
Okay, so just to let you know, this is for sale. The way that it goes, I checked it online, and it looked like no one was really selling this. Okay, what I can tell you is that when it was new, this version was going for, I believe it was roughly around $300 new.
$225.
Okay. Being that it is the limited edition, I would think that it's worth a little more than that. Keep in mind, this is one of my best kept, no scratches, nothing. It's pristine. This thing is gorgeous. There's no damage, nothing. Everything about it is perfect. And
I had a hard time,
that it is limited
and that was why I was like kind of conservative on some of my pricing, was that like I had a hard time finding products for like some of the limited edition ones that he did, like the Emma Frost and for this one. So it very well could have been $300 new.
Very well could have been. This is you did find the collector's edition, so here it is. But yeah, it's sold out obviously. But this is proof of that price. Yeah,
some of them I found, some of them I didn't, but like
there you go.
Yeah,
only 500 pieces. It's definitely a lot more valuable than the standard edition that they came out with that had a lot more pieces that were made. Okay, so I would say, and a lot of people, this is funny, for the figures that I've been, and the statues that I've sold, people are saying, what's a good starting bid? I don't know what I should offer. What would you accept for a good starting bid? Well, being that this thing, originally went for around 300, probably has increased in value, I'd probably say a good starting bid is around 250. Now, if I don't get that, I might accept a few bids that are a little bit lower, but I would say around 250 is a reasonable starting bid for this guy.
Okay.
So how do you bid, and what's the deal? If you want to bid, email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com. Okay, that's DARK.
Hey, going through the whole spiel. Let's go to the end again.
I've been handling these. Okay. Now, if by some case, by the end of the week, there's no one who really has made a reasonable bid, or no one even will reach, say, a $250 reasonable bid, then I may have to go other means and put it on eBay or somewhere else. But I'd like not to do that. I think that I have viewers who would appreciate this, who would give it a good home, who don't want to spend all this money on middlemen like eBay or whatever, who take a big cut, and would rather just go straight direct to me,
like
seller, who've seen it in person.
10%. Like a 10% cut, big cut. Fuck you, buddy.
And they don't take any money from the buyer. They don't give a fuck about it. But
no, they don't take money from the buyer, and like, and it's like, again, you're paying that for the convenience of like using eBay. You know, he could have moved through this stuff like so much faster. You know, whatever.
And now you know
And
exactly
what do
what
you
it
give
is.
a fuck if a troll does buy it, or like gives you, if there's a dent tractor out there that spent $400 to like buy this thing, like who gives a shit? They gave you $400.
Still money. You can't troll that way.
And then they put up a video being like, "Oh, I have DSP's shredder."
Yeah,
it's like,
who
okay,
cares?
whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it'll be a good addition to anyone's home. So thanks everyone. That's it for the Shredder Comic Cat walkthrough. Again, I'd say starting bids around $250. Email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com. We'll give it about a week, and hopefully someone will have a good home for it at the end of the auction.
All right, this is the many faces of Shredder. Good description there. Someone says, "I'm sure there was a reason they made his skin yellow." Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not into statues, but this one looks really nice. Great looking statue. Someone says sell it. Oh, someone says sell it on eBay. DSP responds and says, "Not worth it. First, eBay takes a cut, and then PayPal does too. Second, I'm not a reputable seller, never sold on eBay, so I have no ratings or feedback. So lots of bidders would stay away. Third, it's used. I'd waste my time and money there." Ooh, hype. All right, next, the final thing is, let's see how this saga of Shredder goes. So there was a bidding war last night between two parties who really like the Shredder statue. Bids now up to $355. I hate to tell you, but there are no further updates on this Shredder statue, and I consider that to mean it was not sold, personally. You can think whatever you want. I think it was not sold because whenever it's sold, he says it was sold. He did not say Shredder was sold. So there you go. Next up, we're not done. We're not done. Now uploading a walkthrough vid of my new statue for sale this week. Marvel's MVC3 fans pay heed, as that's why I originally bought this one, which I thought was an interesting comment. I bought this because of you fans, so pay heed. This week's statue is an MVC3 favorite, now accepting bids, and it is...
Super Scroll, I bet.
Oh, by the way... this is a longtime dent. Riven Kusanagi says description still says Shredder. He did upload it with the Shredder description. But anyways, here it is. Super Scroll. 6 minutes only, thank God.
Surfside Phil here, and welcome to another one of my statue collection walkthrough videos, where I'm going to show you a statue that is going to be for sale momentarily. Okay? This one's pretty cool. This is the Super Scroll, sculpted by Keith Kopinski, and it's actually from the Bowen Designs, if you don't know this, the Bowen Designs line of collectibles. All right? The Bowen Designs is a very well-known line of Marvel and other...
This is $200 when he bought it.
...collectibles that has been well-renowned over the years. So why is this one unique? I'll tell you. Because I decided to buy this statue right before the release of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, those of you might be saying, what? Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, what? Huh?
We're talking a good 4 at this point. Geez, it might even be, going on almost 5 years ago when that game was coming out. Street Fighter 4 was all the rage, and Capcom was releasing all these new fighting games, and they announced a Super Scroll was going to be one of the main, characters in the initial lineup, and everyone was very excited. A lot of people still like the game. I personally didn't like it that much, and that's why I don't really talk about it that much. But I saw, Super Scroll. Be part of my...
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you spent $200 on a character that you had no idea about beforehand. Like, he's basically telling you he doesn't know anything about Super Scroll before he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
He was going to be in the game. Yeah,
he's going to be in the game that you never played as, so you don't have any affinity, because Super Scroll was not in any of the other prior Marvel vs. Capcom games, so you have no affinity for the character, like design or how he plays. And now you're telling us you don't even like the game, so you just bought it. Like, just because he was going to be in a game. Like, that's insane.
Correct.
That's insane.
$200, guys. Yes.
My collection, maybe the value will go up during the course of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when that
definitely.
got released. And the bottom line is the Super Scroll ended up being a pretty decent character in the game, and I liked him.
Counts off.
But here I am years later, and I really have no use for him anymore. Okay, he stands at a little over 12 inches tall, just to make that clear. He weighs about 7 pounds, a little under that, actually. It's more of the compact line of collectibles that I have. It's not too big of a statue. But it has
It's compact. It doesn't look compact to
pretty
me.
neat features that I'm going to show you in a moment. First of all, let's go around. He's a painted statue. Okay?
Oh.
Officially licensed by Marvel. And I believe this one was limited to 1,000 pieces. Okay? So this is number 271 of 1,000. You can see it clearly right there on the bottom of the box. So let's open it up and I'll show you what we got.
Thanks, Leanna.
My lovely assistant here.
No talk to her.
One of the easier ones to get out as well. It's 2 simple pieces. Now the cool thing about this one is that Super Skrull, for those of you who don't know a lot about Super Skrull,
Yeah,
one of the
that's
most
me.
classic villains of the Marvel Universe for the Fantastic Four, okay?
Like Talby, fact check on that.
Level 1, but accurate at this point.
Okay.
The
Go ahead.
Fantastic Four being some of the oldest superheroes in the Marvel Universe.
Talby?
Also true.
Okay, just checking.
Again, level
Just wanna
1,
be
but
checking.
mostly true.
Okay.
He is an alien who basically was genetically engineered and or found other ways over the years to absorb the powers of the Fantastic Four. So what you see on this figurine is that he has the elongated arms of Mr. Fantastic. He's got the flame abilities of the Human Torch. He's got an arm that's morphed into that rock-hard structure of the Thing, and his legs are
Rock-hard.
transparent like Invisible Woman. So he has all of those powers, and basically he was supposed to be a one-man army to take on and defeat the Fantastic Four, and of course to let the Skrulls take over the universe. He says it stands on this pretty cool base. I'll show you right here. That kind of simulates space rock or debris, some satellites or whatever you want to call that down there. Very simply, so what I did, I just literally put them in and the 2 pegs.
Why are you
again,
explaining
very
to
sturdy.
somebody that would maybe buy it who Super Skrull is? The
It's
people
a
aren't like
space-
you, Phil. They generally don't just buy things just because they're like, oh, he's going to be in a video game. Like somebody that would be willing to spend that kind of money for a Super Skrull is like going to know Super Skrull's lore inside
Explaining
and out.
the
Like,
lore. He's saying all the
Yeah.
powers. Oh, look, here's some space rock or debris. I don't fucking know.
Like most of the
fucking
statues that I've bought, it's not like it's lopsided or whatever. It's not going to move around.
Ah.
The base itself has its typical stuff on the bottom. It says Super Skrull number 271 of 1,000. You can see it's from 2009. So this is a 6-year-old piece right now.
Oh.
So
Vintage.
I actually looked online, and again, I didn't see anyone really selling this. I think what happened was, those couple years before Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was released, these things became collector's items because people were like, oh, the new characters, the cast, and people bought them up, and now really, no one's really sold them since then, and they haven't really been on the market, so it's hard to say, what could this be worth?
Yeah, what could this be worth?
the broad majority of people that are like buying comic book stuff are they do not know or really care about what the Capcom video games are doing.
Yeah, I know. That's like so ridiculous.
It just shows his viewpoint that like it's like the biggest thing in the world. Now, granted, a lot of like my interest in that stuff was because I really liked those games first and then got into like the comics like retroactively, but like that's not everybody,
It's like this game is like a top tier character in a video game. Well, that's gonna bump up the price
that's gonna
easily.
yeah.
Like, come on.
I looked up the value, and it looks like when I first bought it, I paid between $200 and $300. I did find one that was sold in the past couple of months for around $360.
Whoa.
But that doesn't necessarily, equate to the value. It's all going to be on what you guys are willing to offer for this figure. Okay.
Yes.
So this is for sale. If you are interested, I would say the lowest I would accept for a first offer on this guy, since I know what I paid for him, would be around $200. So if you
Yeah,
want
you
to
got
make an offer around
$200
$200 or higher, please email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com.
Okay, same spiel as always. Let's go to the end.
Complex about him, but he's a nice piece. I liked him. Like I said, I bought him in anticipation of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, thinking, wow, I might love it. Unfortunately, I didn't really like the game that much
I might love it.
compared to what I thought I was going to like about it, and so therefore I wasn't too excited about the piece overall after I had it. But it's an awesome piece for anyone who's a collector. of
Yeah, yeah.
No, you were just bad at the game. That's the actual reason. You were bad.
Fantastic Four, or if you like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you'll probably like this piece.
Oh, yeah,
I hope to
definitely.
hear offers from you guys soon. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you later.
Oh, you didn't say I'm Darkside Phil like you did last time. Comments.
I hate that. See you later at the end. I hate that so much. That Valley Girl bullshit.
So many dislikes on a statue video, someone comments. And says, some people must come to the video just to put dislike for no substantial reason. He's just doing a nice review of the product that he's going to sell, etc. I can't figure out a logical reason why people would negatively vote the video other than just long-standing dislike of Phil in general. DSP responds with this and says, used to get a bit annoyed, but now whenever I upload a video like this and see dislikes for literally no reason, here's my reaction. Hello, children. Got 'em. Felt
One
it.
of my favorite old Tevin bits that he would do when he'd watch videos is he would make sure to like every single one of them just to be like, oh, because we're positive around here.
Yeah, yes.
He used to do that for like all the Amberlin streams he would do too.
Yeah, I like it. Thumbs up. Jordan Fadeaway says, walk through more like sway through. The dents may vary. Big ups, Jordan Fadeaway. That is true. We are swaying in all of these. Mr. Gorehouse says he read the back of the box the figure came in. Yeah, I think you're right about that. All right, so apparently he's a villain. He has all the Fantastic Four powers. I don't know any much else. Big ups, Christian C says the way he's touching the toy looks like Worski at Costco. Will there be a WPIG or that being said watch of that? Excited to hear the group's thoughts on it. Okay, so I can announce the schedule. Tomorrow we're doing part 2 of the DMs. That'll be tomorrow, and then Friday again will be a normal That Being Said episode in which we will, of course, talk about that amazing piece of art there that happened. Meth Bear says, check DM for deleted statue lore. Ooh, hold on. Someone's sliding in. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. He's spoiling the ending. I do have that ready for us, Meth Bear, but we're going to get there at the end. Kind of the wrap up here. Next up, he says, thank you, Meth Bear, though. It says, incredibly surprised, I've only gotten one offer for the Super Skrull statue so far. Only 2 days left, so go, go, go. Next, last chance to bid on Super Skrull. Ends in 6 hours, so bid now if interested or else. New statue tomorrow. Now, this is another case.
Super Skrull is not that popular of a character. Like, it's not surprising at all to me that it didn't get bids. I'd say that if I don't know this, but the only reason that he was in MVC3 was because it gave the devs a way to put all the Fantastic Four powers in the game in one character.
Yeah.
I think that's the entire reason he was in there.
So this is another case, guys, where there is no sale announcement. So I consider this to be a non-sold figure. But you can think of that whatever you want. That's how I see it, because he lets us know when he sells them every single time. Next figure is The Last of Us.
Oh, Phil here, and welcome to another...
Oh, no, he is now.
Another one of my statues and or gaming collection, which I am putting up for sale.
Oh, my bad.
Now, this one in particular, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm surprised at, because since I started doing this, over a month ago, in fact, at this point, it might have been almost 2 months ago, all right? People have been saying, I saw this in your initial video back in January of you walking through your storage. When are you putting it up for sale? I want it. I want to bid on it, blah, blah, blah.
He got that one message that I showed you. That's what he's talking about here. He's acting like 1,000 people did.
And I was just so confused, and here's why. This is The Last of Us.
Remember that comment when he bitched at that person? Remember that comment I showed you, Talby?
Totally crashing out at this person about how it'd be stupid to sell it.
Yes, it would be incredibly stupid to sell that thing. And now here we are, less than a month later.
Statuette/figurine that came with the Pandemic edition of the game, which was the collector's edition, the highest level collector's edition here in the United States. Now the reason I was confused, number one, because typically any of these collector's editions, they make so many of them that whatever comes with them becomes absolutely useless. I still remember years ago, they had those Call of Duty collector's editions, the one that had the RC car in it, and then there was the one that had the fake night vision goggles, and you could go to game stores and they still have them. They're just sitting there and they're selling them for like $10 because, they overproduce them. So typically anything you get in a collector's edition like this isn't limited edition at all. It's usually mass produced. It's not a big deal. Unlike the other statues that I've been selling, those usually have a limited run of sale, under 1,000 or even 500 made worldwide. But then some people started telling me, well, the Pandemic edition was only available in the United States. And so, for those who are international, they couldn't get it. To which I'm going to respond right now and say, that's nice, but I've already told you guys, if you're international, you probably don't want to be bidding on any of this stuff. Shipping out of the United States to any international country is astronomical. It costs $30 to ship a t-shirt there. Can you imagine what it would cost to ship this across the pond, say, to Europe? Probably more than the value of the item. So I'm just throwing that out there, all right? But because so many people have been bringing this up, I said, all right.
One, you should be covering shipping. Two, if you're using eBay, they can middleman that for you. But whatever.
Yes, they can.
Who cares?
Put this up for sale. This was not something in particular that I was actually looking to hold on to anyway. It's The Last of Us Pandemic Edition collectible figurine. So let's open it up. I'm going to show you exactly what it comes with. First of all, it's not just the figure, and I want to make that clear. It actually comes with The Last of Us American Dreams comic book, which actually is the story of Ellie and her friend, who later on in the DLC last year, it was revealed all their relationship or whatever. So that comic book is going to come with
Their
it.
relationship or whatever, who cares?
Not the game, because the game I already sold.
Oh, empty box again.
So let's show you the figurine that comes with this thing.
We got another empty box sale. Whoa!
First of all, a diorama. There's a diorama with it that you can actually stretch out and place behind it, okay, as a piece. So I'm going to put that way behind here.
Ooh,
And then here's the actual
diorama.
statue itself, which I need to show you a few things about, all right? Because I think some people have a misconception about this.
Yeah, I have a misconception.
All right, so here it is. All right. Number one, this is not a statue, and I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. Let me move the styrofoam out of the way to try to give it the.
Oh, God, elitist statue lore here.
Okay.
This is not actually a statue.
That's what it's supposed to look like. You have the diorama stretched out as such. Of course, as you can see, because it's in the box, it's going to keep folding around it. All right. I'll zoom in to show you some of the attention to detail, because it is nicely painted. Don't get me wrong. The piece is a nicely painted piece. All right.
I would argue,
The detail.
actually,
Whoa.
that some of the detail work and sculpting on it is better than some of the more expensive pieces that he bought. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Joel and Ellie there. Nice, you know. She's holding a rifle. He's holding a shotgun. Even down to the little base that it comes with the diorama, it actually looks quite nice. I'll actually spin it around and show you the back as well.
When you have somebody
please.
that's not a diorama,
As you can see,
it's
it's
just a
fully
backdrop.
decorated. They've got backpack.
It's a diorama.
I'm being autistic, but there is difference.
Those are the backpacks they use to store items during the game. And then on the bottom, as with most of these collector's editions, they do list. She says The Last of Us, but you notice something, it's not numbered. The reason they don't number them is because they mass-produce them so much, they know it really wouldn't add any value
Who
to it.
fucking
Now,
cares?
I know who cares. Okay, wow. Oh, there's no number? I'm out.
two things that I need to make very clear about this. Number one, this is not a statue. A lot of people have this misconception. This is
Yeah.
hollow plastic. Look,
What? Hollow plastic? They can't keep getting away with this.
I can easily lift it with one hand. It's not heavy at all. You can feel it's hollow.
Remember, he's trying to sell this at a high price.
In fact, you're going to see a defect of this thing when I received it. It's missing a shotgun shell because the thing's just weak plastic they glued to it, and apparently when they were packing it, the shell popped off. And the
Apparently, when they were packing it.
Don't think that's true. I think you lost it, Philip.
Thank you.
shotgun shell's missing. So that's a defect in it right away, you know, because it is just plastic. It's not like my other statues. The other
Oh,
thing is,
yeah, those other statues that have no defects at all. Okay,
it's
yes.
flimsy. You got to be very careful with it because as you're going to see right here, which I am going to show you, full disclosure,
show-
because I'm not
yeah.
going to lie to people.
Please.
Take a look at the tip of Ellie's rifle. Notice something? Hold on, it got unfocused. Yeah, it's not there. You want to know why it's not there? Because it's
broke it.
here.
Because you stumbled into it in a gin-filled rage.
Now I can't get it to focus again. There you go. There it is. It's not going to focus. Ah. It broke off. After like a day of this thing being on display at my place, the thing is so flimsy and so
Philip, they don't just randomly fall off. I mean, what are we trying to say here? Oh my God, let's see. Let's see.
poorly manufactured that snapped off. I've tried
It snapped off. Those don't just snap off.
to super glue it twice, and every time I do, it falls off again. So, again, this is why I understand there may be demand.
Too
It's like,
stupid
Last
to
of Us
use
is
super glue.
Yeah.
a great game or whatever, but this is why I didn't understand why so many people were going to be like so crazy for this piece. I thought this would be like, This
Remember, guys, he got
popular. It
one comment about this. By the way, this is all we're doing. Go ahead, Talby.
It's one comment, but it's like it's at the time a very and still very popular franchise with like a nice piece, like a decent looking piece. Like your average person is just like, oh, that looks nice. If you're selling that, I'll take it for $50 or whatever. You know
Warning,
what I mean? Like
this is not a statue.
Yeah.
So dumb.
one of the last things I would sell, 'cause it's not durable, you know, it's not concrete, it's not ceramic, it's plastic, and it's definitely a lower manufacturer grade than one of these other statues that I've been selling. But I guess the thing is rare enough that it actually has a lot of value, or else people wouldn't have been asking me, you know, to put it up for sale. All right?
Yes.
So here's the deal, it is up for sale.
Oh, please.
And if you are interested, I'm going to reiterate, please, if you live outside the United States,
I'm gonna skip to the end. It's the same spiel.
Yeah,
yeah, he said
Sell it.
concrete
We're
for
asking for it.
statues.
Yeah,
Like making concrete statues, like you're
eBay.
carving, like you're carving David out of
Yeah,
a rock or something.
Your hammer and your little carver thing. The hold on.
right now, do I expect $300 with a broken gun and a missing shotgun shell? Of course I don't. And this one also doesn't have the game with it. It's just the statue, which again, that's
You
why
said
I was apprehensive to sell it,
$300?
but people are like,
He said he doesn't accept. He saw it sold for $300. Let's go back a little bit. I think he said he saw it
Sorry.
sold for $300. Let's see.
You might be asking me, well, Phil, what kind of, what are you expecting? Offers
Yeah, what are you
for this? I've seen
expecting?
People telling me that these are selling for upwards of $300 on
So someone told him is the source right now.
eBay. Well, I'll tell you right now, I do expect $300 with a broken gun and a missing shotgun shell. Of course I don't. And this one also doesn't have a game with it. It's just the statue, which again, that's why I was apprehensive to sell it. But people are asking for it. I'm going to put it up. I would say, I don't know. What do you guys think? $75, $100 is an initial offer, maybe, and then based off of that, if people want to go into a bidding war around it, they can. Keep in mind, I will say this: for everything that I have sold so far, it's been around $30 to ship it in the United States. So if you are going to make a bid for, say, $75 to $100,
so $30 shipping so far.
Oh, fucking shit. Literally doing that. I think he's trying to skim extra money off of people is what he's doing.
Shipping charge of at least probably $30 to get it to you, all right? So that is it for The Last of Us Pandemic Edition Statuette.
All right, there we go.
That was 10 years ago, too. Like even now to ship that would not cost $30 domestic.
Let's get to the only 3 on Amazon right now. 800, 2,000, and $5,000. Someone goes, please note that I feel a fair initial offer for the statue would be 250 USD. Thanks. You say that in the description and 75 in the video. No troll, no offense, just wondering. DSP says, thanks. That was actually info from last week's video that was not updated. I'll do that right now. Okay, so he wrote the wrong amount. Last of Us sucked. Hate bait below. Hey, do you sell the statue? Still have it? Is this sold or being sold 5 years ago? This guy rolled up in 2020 and said, hey, is this still available? I bet it's worth something now then, maybe.
Maybe he heard about the bankruptcy and was like, hey, is there anything still...
Yeah, you still got this puppy? So now we go... second bidding on the Last of Us 2 statue, currently up to 140 with multiple interested parties. Check it out there. Once again, we have no confirmation that this sold or did not sell because he didn't say it sold, but he does. There is times when he sells it, he lets us know. He didn't say this one was ever sold, so I'm just gonna, who knows? Who knows? Was it sold or not? We'll never know. Someone says, good night, everyone. Tomorrow a new statue is for sale. A longer stream of Bloodborne and DSP tries it. See you then. He is talking about the Boomer statue is next up.
Darkside Phil here, and welcome to another of my statue walkthroughs. This is a statue of my personal collection that will be for sale, starting with immediately as you're watching this video. This is a big one for Gears of War fans, obviously. If you're a fan of that franchise, the Microsoft exclusive franchise. I actually played through parts 2 and 3 of this game.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he describes this box. Let's see.
On my original channel, Darkside Phil, and then later on I did part 3 cooperatively with friends on my DSP gaming channel, I believe. And, you know, I'm a fan of the series. We haven't heard from them in quite some time. They had a crappy one a year or two ago that was kind of more of a semi-sequel but wasn't really part of the main series. But I digress.
Yes, Kyle, I am.
This is the Boomer.
Boomer.
And the reason that I'm showing you this side of the box is because this is the side of the box that actually represents what's inside. So this is the Gears of War Boomer limited edition cold.
The others haven't been showing what's out inside?
Cast bronze collector statue, limited to 1,000 pieces. All right.
Oh, my God.
1,000 of these were made, and this is one of those. Now, there's a weird thing that I got to show you, especially if you're interested. On this side, it says, oh, the Boomer, limited edition cold cast platinum, limited to 1,000 pieces. And then on the back of the box, oh, it's the San Diego Comic-Con Rage variant bronze statue.
Ooh, now, Tommy, you correct me if I'm wrong. This could be worth more if it's a error print, right? Or is that not worth more?
Well, sometimes, like, it really depends. Like, the whole error print thing is, like, less common nowadays because a lot of people do something called swapping, which they'll, like, go to a store and, like, we'll go Wolverine, right? You'll buy a Wolverine figure, and then they'll take the packaging home, and then they'll put one of their old Wolverine figures back in, and then return it. So, it's and because usually most of the time if it's an error, it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You see that a lot online. So I would say no, in my opinion, especially for like something like this that is like more than likely going to be displayed than an inbox thing because you can't see the actual product like in the package. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's what I think, but who knows.
That one time my dad got us one time our, I forget what system it was stopped working. I think it might have been a Super Nintendo. But he pulled a similar trick on that one and we got a new one. But let's move on. Let's not get into details.
Well, the 2009 San Diego Comic-Con for 100 pieces. There's only 100 pieces ever made. No, that's not what's in the box. I guess what happened was the people who manufactured this went El Cheapo and decided to make one box for all three. So the box was the same box used in all of them. This is the bronze edition, and so this is this one. And this might be a little interesting piece of trivia for you. This was the first statue I ever bought. When I started in 2008 making videos on YouTube, I never imagined I would make any money doing it. And then come say 2010,
here we go.
As I was doing this as kind of a part-time thing, I still wasn't making any money doing it, but I was making decent money in my office job. I said I'd like something to decorate my new condo, and this one was one of the more smaller, reasonably priced statues that I bought. And as we're going to see, because I'm about to show it to you, and it was
reasonably priced.
I spent between $200 and $300 on it.
That was one of the more reasonably priced
priced.
ones. Oh my God, reasonably priced. All right.
Today, modern day, I've seen it go for upwards of $500.
Oh, you heard that, by the way. This is before YouTube money when he bought this one, he said. So this is reasonably priced, though. It was $260 according to the sale page. So $260 before he was making YouTube money.
All right. But anyway, let's take a look at the piece itself. First of all, on the back here, you got a profile of the boomer. Basically, it explains his heavy infantry of the Locust Army, and the cogs hate his guts, and blah, 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 blah. Usual little elaboration of what the character is.
Blah, blah, blah. It's all rigmarole.
Let's open it up. This is one of the heavier ones in my collection. It actually weighs 12 pounds. So even though it's kind of small, it's actually pretty heavy. Okay?
That is true.
Open them up.
He must have read it on the box.
And lest you question and say it's not really bronze or bronze.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think
Not
it is.
only
Oh,
is it real?
he just broke the styrofoam. So you gonna mention that?
Looks like it.
He just broke the styrofoam.
Not
Joink!
only is it real bronze, it actually has a little bit of tarnish that rubbed off on the foam over here.
Let's see if he mentions it.
To show you, it is a real bronze coating on this guy. Okay, it actually came off on the foam. And yes, the styrofoam, unfortunately, as you can see, was already broken like that when I first received it. So it is going to have a tiny bit of damage to the styrofoam.
I'm sure, buddy.
Oh, it looked like you did that yourself, sir. Let's get another instant replay on that. Let's see. Did he break it, or was it already like that? Let's see.
Well, either he broke it here or he broke it when he first...
I mean, he broke it at some point, but was it here
when
or
he
then?
drunkenly ripped it out of the thing.
It looks pretty uniform. I know Styrofoam could pull that off, but let's see.
It's not really bronze or
Let's go slow here. Oh, YouTube's being a fuck. I
bronze.
I don't know if he has the force to do that, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, there was no crack line. And then when you see him, pull it out, you see the line form, at least. But again, it's hard to tell with, the poor quality. I feel like we're watching this Zapruder film.
There is a line here, guys. There is a small line here, and he has not started pulling yet. So I think, let me go back a few more frames here. Yeah, as you can see, I think there is a line down there. There is a slight black line here. Oh, now I can't see it. Now I'm kind of talking myself into it, though.
Because I think you see it form.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. It does kind of form, doesn't it? Let's go back. Okay. Yeah, there's no black line. I don't see it either anymore.
Lest you question and say it's
yeah, he did that. He just did that. I really think he did.
Not really bronze or bronze.
Because it works, too, with the direction that he's pulling, of, how it would crack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of too perfect of a break point for how exactly he pulled it out diagonally like that. I think you guys are right.
Only is it real bronze, it actually has a little bit of tarnish that rubbed off on the foam over here.
That's so funny, too. Just think he immediately tries to gaslight you. You literally watched it break, more than likely. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, it came like that.
Incredible. Coating on this guy, okay? It actually came
I know, Leanna's there watching. You just broke that, right? Yeah, they don't care.
Off on the phone. And yes, the styrofoam, unfortunately, as you could see, was already broken like that when I first received it. So it is going to have a tiny bit of damage to the styrofoam packaging. However, I shipped it across my entire country with no problem. I don't think
my entire country?
It's going to give you any problem when I ship it to
President
you.
Phil.
Okay, see if this fit there nice.
Oh, here we go.
Into the box still, even though it did snap. So to show you, here he is.
Oh, YouTube. Oh my God! Yeah, he can't even put it back. Yeah, he broke it. He can't even put it back correctly.
Yeah, because there was no, again, it was like, it lines up perfectly with the direction he pulls it, like up and out. So I think he broke it right there.
I'm trying to see. Anybody watch 40-Year-Old Virgin and the girlfriend makes him sell the figures? Good reference. I give you $1. Why is Phil selling all of his statues? Dark Maggot, still a donator to this very day, says, because since he moved, he has just had them stored and taking space, so he decided to sell them. He isn't interested in displaying it, although his reason is kind of weird to me, but I understand it a bit because of how expensive these were, and would help him out to sell them with any expenses he has from the move and the house. This is a truly pignatized person right there. And there you go. Okay.
The Boomer. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit to show you more of the detail. Pretty nice. Nicely detailed.
Pretty nice.
One of the biggest enemies in the Gears of War franchise. Wearing that big bulky locust armor. Okay. Holding the shotgun. I forget exactly what it's called, but I know it is a shotgun style weapon. The signature chunky leg.
Shotgun, you fucking idiot.
It's called whatever. I don't know.
I don't even play these games, and I know that. God,
it's a shotgun something. Who knows? Who's a what's it?
That the Boomer has in the
It's a who's a what's
he
it.
Like he's stroking him really weirdly too. He's like, it's odd.
It's a who's a what's
the
it.
signature chunky legs.
Oh, signature chunks.
Has in the series. A nice, cool thing that I like about the statue is that the base he's standing on is actually a cog from the game. See that with the typical cog Gears of War insignia. And then on the very bottom here, Boomer. This is number 105 of 1,000, so it's actually a pretty low number for the number that was sold. Made in 2008, by the way. It is all one piece. See, one hefty piece. It's not one of those ones that you have to have pieces that go together. And it's very heavy. Like I said, 12 pounds for a short and stocky statue. This is one that's not going to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about this thing falling over or whatever. It's very heavy. Either a freaking crazy-ass paper
Oh my God, you too.
weight or whatever you want to do. I liked it. And it sat on my bookshelf for many, many years. I mean, I got it originally, like I said, I believe it was 2010.
Nope.
And until, the summer of 2014 when I moved, it pretty much had its own place either on my countertop, on my bar, or then it went into my bookcase. So it's a nice piece. Especially if you're a fan of Gears of War and you're looking for something that isn't too expensive, this is a nice one, all right? And by the way, it does stand around 12 inches tall. I want to make that clear. It's about a foot tall. Actually, I take that.
I'll check it real quick.
13 inches tall.
Whoa!
Or I guess
The listing says 12.
here that would be what? That would be like 34 centimeters, something like that. So there you have it. So if you're interested, wow, this looks cool. What do I do? I'm interested in getting it. First of all,
All right, same spiel. Go to the end. First of all,
off of eBay,
There you
off
go.
of Amazon, because so far so good. There have been no middlemen, no transaction fees, because we've done it all off of those websites and out of those businesses, and people have saved a ton of money doing it, and I'm happy about that. So
They wouldn't lose any money if they bought from eBay, but
I'd like to keep
only person that would is DSP. but
doing
okay.
that.
Yep.
If you're interested,
But okay.
shoot me an email, send me an amount, let me know your address. You can keep in contact all week, and I'll let you know at the end of the week if you won and or if you've been outbid, so that you can bid again if you'd like, okay? That's going to be it, everyone.
That's the most intensive work way. I mean, the most work intensive way to do an auction, by the way. Hey, just let you know someone else got this. Hey, just let you know someone else got this. Oh, okay. Hey, just let you know someone else outbid you. You know how many emails you have to write for one fucking auction?
It's just like classic DSP, like working really hard to like be lazy.
Everyone's saying he's carrying a shotgun type weapon. I've forgotten what it's called exactly. Here's a clue. It's a boom shot. That's why this model is called a boomer. Jeez. Yeah, DSP the fake gamer confirmed. Here we go. Looks like the boomer statue may be the first to not sell. So there's some information about this one saying it's the first one to not sell. Okay, this will be the first one to not sell. So we could say the other one sold. I don't know. We just don't have a definitive answer on that. Then we go to the next one here. This is now uploading a new statue for sale walkthrough on the King of Hate vlogs. Hopefully more attractive than last week's, which didn't sell. So he did not sell the last one. Christian C said, did he explain why he didn't use eBay? Yes, because when he did use eBay a few years ago, there were trolls. And they did not pay for the thing they want. So he wants to avoid that. That's why we're doing all this shit. Christian C says, it always annoys me. Christian C again says, it always annoys me when he says shipping t-shirts is $30 and refuses to send international. He just doesn't want to fill out paperwork. Yeah, he doesn't want to do the work of, I mean, you could say the buyer does the shipping, right? It's just I don't know. Who knows why he thinks that's so impossible. Velvet Raven says, I have many figures that have migrated across 3 different living spaces without bits falling off randomly. He's lying and or externalizing again. You just know he stumbles around there and breaks shit off. That's what happens. I mean, it's not that deep, I think. It's just him walking around his office with his gin-infused exuberance.
Gin in one hand, head down, on his phone, pulling Hogan's, just bumping into shit.
Exactly. Seabook Dev says, imagine Phil selling used cars. Yeah, it's a lemon. Yeah, this car, not great. Not a great year, honestly. But you're going to want to pick this up. You get a great discount. Iwamoto says, ALT's dad, the reason GameStop checks the serial number. Yeah, probably. And Walyab says, it's funny that he insists on telling you the centimeters, but also refuses to ship internationally. Good point. Here it is in centimeters for my global fans, but I can't ship to you, though. Okay. Big ups, Nibbity. Let's go. What can we get today? Go! Nibbity sends us to Old Reliable. Hell yeah. Let's go. Whoa! It's heating up. Okay, next. So I goofed and uploaded the wrong statue video, which is why it never went live. Re-upping now and setting up Minecraft. What he did there was he, upload video. You push upload video on YouTube. He dragged the previous week's video into there, and that's why he had to re-upload it. I then says this week's statues for sale is live, and it's a good one for Valve fans. Minecraft setup will take a bit. Thanks. This is the Medic. You ready for the Medic? Here we go. And by the way, just a preview, just a spoiler here. We're getting to the end of this sales thing. We're in April right now. We started in January. We are winding down
another
now.
One of my statue collection that I am putting up for sale. This one is the Medic Red Edition from Valve Software and from Gaming Heads. That's the name of the company that actually produced it. And this is the exclusive edition, meaning it is the shorter run version of the statue that has a limited edition collectible. However, I do have to disclose some important stuff about this statue. If anything, in the entire...
By the way, these are very expensive. This was $459 in 2011.
The TF2 statues and the tank and the cog pistol, like those are the ones that made me crash out the most when I was I'm like, he barely gives a shit about any of this stuff.
Almost $1,500 on 3 Team Fortress 2 statues. Come on, YouTube. Stop cucking us here.
World, this statue is a one of a kind. And
Go ahead.
Just the chatter. That's actually cheap for a statue. I mean, yes. I mean, I maybe, but for like a game you played for like less than 20 hours to spend $1,200 on characters from it is fucking ridiculous as far as I'm concerned.
If you gotta like it a lot to spend $500 on something, man. But oh, come on. Piss me the fuck off.
I'm going to show you why in a moment, all right? But first of all, let's take a look at the box. Red version of the Medic, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
They even got some quotes from the Medic on the side of there. And on the back, some additional information regarding the Medic. It is an incredibly low number. I got number 7.
Jesus.
That's actually very, very rare where you can get a low manufacturer number like that. And I believe this was a
literally
500
thousands
piece
of
run.
hours in TF2, and I don't have a $450 Medic statue or any of the characters that I play. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I think it's listed on the model itself. So let's open them up and I'll show you. Wait till you see what happened to this guy, because you won't believe it. And this is why it's a one-of-a-kind find. Especially if you're a big fan of Team Fortress, you're going to like this one. Okay?
Thanks, Leanna.
What do we got? Looks like I actually opened it lengthwise.
Ooh,
Now, here he is. I'm going to show you a few cool features about the Medic. All right, first of all, here's the base, collectible base.
she made sure to help him that time so he wouldn't crack the fucking styrofoam.
He said collectible base.
The figures, I want to make this clear, all have this base. They all have, there's several ones that I have, the heavy, I have the soldier. They all have the same base. I believe this is a symbol of Team Fortress.
I believe this is a symbol of this game. I don't fucking know.
I was wrong. It's only 300 units were ever made. And I have
my
number
God.
7 of 300, okay? So here it is, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
believe this is the symbol of the game. I'm not sure.
Now, a few things about the medic.
Oh, please.
First of all,
Yeah, go ahead.
this is the exclusive edition. And what that means is
Yeah,
that
what does
it
that
comes
mean?
with 2 different options when it comes to the weapons that you want to use for him. As you can see, he's holding his gun there, right?
Thanks, Leanna.
But there's 2 different ends that you can put onto it. Now, what I want to understand, I believe that like one of these is the standard, which I think is this one.
He has no idea.
Is the standard gun from the game. So his medic gun normally looks like this in Team Fortress 2.
Oh.
Okay. But he also comes with this one, which is one of the optional guns that you can get in the game while you play. It's one of those collectibles that you get as you play. So he comes with both. And you can actually mix and match magnetic ends so they attach like that, all right? So I'm going to rotate them for you so you can see them.
Thank you,
Really nicely
King.
done. I like this a lot. And I like that it's a small
It's like, God, he's so stupid.
Thank you, King.
size so that it can actually fit in a lot of places a little bit easier. I believe he weighs around, I think he's between 10 and 12 pounds. We didn't weigh him beforehand, but I'm pretty sure that that's his weight. Now, you may be saying to yourself now, okay, you said, Phil, this is unique. Why is this unique? Why is this
unique? Why is this one of a
Let
kind?
me tell you why. Because this guy
please.
showed up busted. He showed up with
It adds to the value.
small, minute features. The
Shows
iconic
up
thing
busted.
It showed up busted. How many of them did that now? 2 or 3?
about the medic. That if he didn't have it, he wouldn't be the medic. You know what I mean? You gotta look at
Yeah.
his feature, his body. See, is it the gloves? Is it the coat? Is it the gun? No, ladies and gentlemen. The one iconic thing about the medic that makes him the medic is this.
Is that true?
His nerdy glasses, which now are not focused. There we go. His nerdy glasses. What I'll actually do is I'll bring them closer to you so you can see more detail because I really want to show you what happened here.
That's the whole video, by the way. Okay.
You could do a good King. The 9 Inch Nails song came back haunted. You know, came here busted.
So for whatever reason, Gaming Heads sent me a medic with broken glasses.
$460. You had to do a deposit of $46 to even get in on this.
Okay. When
A
I
lot of
opened
those
them up,
are
this
because
half
they
of
want
the
to make sure they have serious buyers. Yeah.
You could buy almost 2 amiibos for the deposit of this bitch. And he's talking about how the amiibos are bad, but he does this.
glasses was completely snapped off of his head. This entire side of the band of the glasses was missing. So this was broken before they ever packaged it, and they just shoved it in the box and sent it to me broken. Yeah, I tend to have some problems with luck when it comes to these collectibles, okay?
And you sent it back, right?
Like,
So what did
Go ahead.
I don't like. I've spent way more money and have bought way more collectibles than I care to admit. And my the number of them that I've had with like legitimate, like serious factory defects, not like a little paint smudge or something like that, but like something broken, is like maybe 1 or 2.
Yes. All of him have, not all of them, but we're up to like 4 or 5 now with small things that he says is
He's
their
at like
fault.
at least a 30-40% failure rate, which is insane.
Yes.
I do? Did I pout? Did I scream? No, I said, I'm going to do something creative. And what I did that night is I took a paper clip.
Yeah, but with these statues, most of the time it's not worth it to send it back. But like, why do I want it then? I spent $450, please.
And if
And
you're
I
buying,
shipped
and
it.
again, like I said earlier, if you keep buying these, and let's take his word for it, which I mean, it's Phil, and you're getting them broken all the time, why do you keep fucking buying them?
Yeah, from that company, you know.
And off of a
It's like,
straightened paper.
like there's a company that I bought something from that was broken, which was one of the ones I'm mentioning earlier. Don't need to go into it, but I don't purchase from that company anymore because they sent me broken shit, and they have issues with their quality control. It's pretty simple.
Is I took a paper clip, something creative. And what I did that night.
That night. Why did he point out that night? So it was a nighttime stumble into the medic, and then he had, let me fix this real quick.
Is I took a paper clip and I snipped the end off of a straightened paper clip. And I took super glue and I created glasses for the medic that actually are metallic and shine that are better than the ones that came with him.
No,
You'll see
not
right here.
really.
Well, if I can get the camera to focus, this camera is giving me problems. Here we go. Oh, as soon as I get that close, it unfocuses. Hold on. This is actually a piece of paper clip, but it looks real, right? It actually looks better.
Looks like
it's
shit,
metallic.
King.
You can actually see if you can move around here that it actually looks better than the other glasses on the other side. It actually looks cool. And it's stuck to his head pretty tightly.
That's what it's supposed to look, and the glasses are supposed to be straight, too.
I wouldn't recommend whacking it around or anything. But he was on my countertop
Why
for
would
2
you
years.
whack it around?
And then he was in storage for
Yeah,
almost
how often are you whacking this
a
stuff?
year. And as you can see, it's still intact. I did a good job building these custom glasses for the Medic.
I did a good job.
So it truly is a one of a kind. Not only is it the collector's edition exclusive that has the 2 guns, but it also has these custom half glasses that I built from scratch.
Oh my God.
Trying to be kind of more enterprising and ingenuous than just allowing my
Ingenuous and enterprising.
It's so funny. Like there's actually people that do some like really incredible work with custom action figures. You know, they take like different figures and like make custom ones, and like there's some people that are super talented. Like I don't really buy a lot of that stuff because it's expensive, but I love looking at people's work. This is not that.
Imagine buying a car where they got like a clothes hanger holding up the bumper. It's like, yeah, this is one of a kind. I mean, look at this. I got this. I made this myself. You see that bumper? It's held up by a clothes hanger, okay? This is one of a kind. Well, that's what he's saying right now.
Myself to get a bum product, and being that it's number 7 of 300, it is probably incredibly rare from what I would think. From what I understand, the lower numbers are pretty rare. So I will start accepting bids for this guy. All right. You know, say what is a fair going price?
Yeah, what's the going price?
I believe that these went for around $250 to start.
You better not be close to that.
I would definitely accept a bet around $250 or so as a first going bet.
He's very wrong on the price as well. He has no memory. Like, dude, when you make big purchases, don't you remember the price? I think it's a very human thing to remember, like, holy shit, man, that was expensive. I saved up for it, and I really wanted to buy it, so I spent it. He has no idea how much he spent on this shit. Zero.
Yeah, kit bashing. There you go. Love
$460 on this.
Yeah, because he's just up in the middle of the night on the Sideshow Collectibles website, ginned out of his fucking mind, and he's like, "Oh, John Rambo will think this is cool."
Yeah, that's for you, John. It's amazing. I just how do you more than almost double forget how like undercut your own price you paid for that shit?
If you are interested in putting up that bid on the Medic,
skipping.
Please send an email to darksidephil@hot. Not make sense for you to buy this guy. Okay. So that is it for the Medic, which is actually one of the ones that I like the most out of my collection because of that unique feature. I hope that I'll get some bids on it and someone else will enjoy it. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll be back later with another one of my statues for sale.
Okay, so this one has a little bit more intrigue to it. Update, he says, update, in light of a few sellers now offering this statue new, I'm lowering the initial bid to $150. So he lowered the initial bid required for that after some people sold them. He then, and then he's on the video, he does the description as well. He says, update, due to more of these now being available in new condition, they weren't there last month when I recorded this video, I've lowered the estimated initial value to $150. Keep in mind, I'll accept lower bids as well if I'm not receiving many for that value, okay? He did get 21 comments here, and then he said, he did respond here. It says, here's where troll logic fails. Phil says this is worth $250, but you can buy it new at this listing for $230. So he did see the troll's comments and then changed the price based on the troll comments, but he still left a comment on his own video saying something else. Let's hear it. Phil says this is worth $250, but you can buy it new at this new listing for $230. He's trying to rip his fans off. This is an auction, and anyone who saw that new listing, I filmed this a month ago, obviously would let me know and not offer $250. How is it ripping someone off if it's an active auction? That doesn't even make logical sense, but then again, my detractors are far from mature and logical people. In light of the new information about a few new versions of this being sold for $230, I've lowered the initial asking price to $150 USD. Thanks. So he says the trolls are unhinged, but then changed the price anyway. Yes.
He has zero idea how eBay works because I don't remember seeing the actual things, but it could just be like $230 was what the starting bid was.
Yes, you know?
Like that means, and if it's new and you're just like, oh, it's a strategy. Like if you kind of know in your head, like, well, I've seen this thing go for 125, but to get people interested, I'll list it at 75. Like that's just kind of what you do. You know?
What most don't realize is that I film my statue videos in batch, 3 or 5 at a time, and offer a starting bid appropriate to what's out there. In the case of this statue, there were none available for sale, and last sale history I saw was around $250. I lowered it by $100 now. This is another one in which we get no update on the sale. In a few minutes, I'm going to upload another statue walkthrough. I hope this one gets interest. Last 2 weeks, I didn't get offers, so no, those did not sell. That is the Medic and the Boomer did not sell. So today's statue is a great one. It's actually one of my faves in my collection, especially because I'm a survival horror fan. Check it out. My new statue is for sale, it's live, and it's Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. Let's check that out now. Hang on.
Statues from my statue collection that I am putting up for sale. This is one that when I showed it in the preview video a few months back, people went wild for. They were like,
they
wow,
went wild.
Really cool. I can't wait for that one to be up for sale. And it is. It is Isaac Clarke from Dead Space 1. I want to make that clear. This is his outfit from Dead Space 1. The outfit did evolve over the different games, but this is the one from the very first game. This actually went for sale before Dead Space 3 ever existed. So really, it's kind of a cool throwback, all right? This one's from Sideshow Collectibles. It's got a cool picture of him there on the back. And this one's really neat because it has a light-up feature. However, I want to make sure that it actually has the power cord with it. So
I'm usually not into this for these kind of things, but Phil, could you explain your history with Dead Space?
Yeah.
Specifically the Dead Space 2 demo. I know you have a really robust history with that game.
Yeah, I'm interested.
You have to go buy like an El Cheapo power cord to go for. So let's open them up.
Oh, yeah, he wants to make sure he has the power cord. He doesn't even know. Oh, Leanna, please. Thank you, Leanna.
Thank you, honey. You're welcome, Waffle.
Okay, so here he is. And the base is on the other side, so you know what? I'm going to actually open the other side first, because we need the base.
Oh, a lot of you in chat are thinking those are his new working out arms. No, these are not working out. These are pre-working out arms. I know it's tough to tell, but...
Yeah, you fucking trolls. Have you seen him recently? He's ripped out of his fucking mind. I was watching this pre-stream yesterday, and I was like, holy shit, is that Randy Orton? No, it starts like
idiots.
Phil.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You know
now
what?
this is cool.
Battery operated. I forgot about that. That is right.
As long as you don't even know the product. Cool.
So as Leanna takes the limbs out of that
The
side,
limbs.
here's the base, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it has all the symbols around it from the game, from those who were possessed by the, what was it called? The marker. On the bottom here, it is numbered number 189 of 500. Only 500 pieces were ever made, and it is battery operated. However, it does have a little thing there for a screwdriver. So we're going to see if the batteries work. If not, if they don't, then I'll go ahead and pop some in there. 2012, this came out, by the way. Like I said, right before the release of Dead Space 3, actually.
Oh, cool.
This is the exclusive edition, the Sideshow Toys exclusive edition, and that means that he came with two different weapons that you can put in his hands. Both are cool weapons from the game. I'm actually getting him down on the stand here right now.
Let's see if he knows the name of the weapons.
No, God, no.
It's a little tricky to line up because since he lights up, his boots actually have like plugs that you need to plug in as you strike him in. There we go. Got him. All right. So here he is, and then what you do once he's on his base is actually aim this down.
What do you do?
You've got these appendages, right? This giant monster thing that you actually put in the middle of it. As like a diorama, like the monster's coming to stab him in the butt. I can't remember which direction the monster actually sits in.
That was amusing.
Don't recall.
Oh my God.
Which way it is. His arm actually also attaches here, and it was a little loose. So I'm trying to tighten it there. There we go. And was it this way? Let's find out. It's weird because he lays on top of this, but it's a certain direction. I remember when I bought it, it took me a little while to figure out the actual placement. It may actually be the other way.
Ring the fucking triangle.
Here we go. This will work.
Probably not.
Hang on.
All right.
Oh my God, he can't even figure it out.
Which I forgot.
Oh my God. Hold on, guys. Hang on. We'll figure this out together. He's trying to sell this shit.
I think that's it right there, actually. Yep, that's it. So then you would put Isaac on top.
As you can see, this is how he breaks shit. How do these glasses go on? You know, that kind of shit.
Then you would attach the arm.
Ah.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Wow.
was really cool. Look at that.
We figured it
The arm coming
out.
up near his leg like it's threatening to slash him. Now,
I thought you said it was to shove it up his butt.
two different weapons. You can either use the traditional plasma cutter, which is the standard starter weapon of the game.
Ooh. Traditional.
That right? Like so,
I like the
magnetically.
traditional.
Or, since this is the exclusive edition, it also comes with the Ripper. Now, if you remember, this was the gun that actually uses some kind of magnet technology to suspend this blade in front of the gun, and he uses it as like a chopping mechanism.
Chopping mechanism.
Necromorph's limbs and such. So okay.
That sounds fun.
Now, I have no idea if the thing still has working batteries or not. We're going to test it. Let's find out. It does. How cool is that? So as you saw what happened, Isaac's face actually lit up. And it's really neat, especially in the dark. Look at that. That stands out. And I used to actually, in my old condo in Connecticut, I used to have the lights dimmed at night.
Oh.
And Isaac would really stand out standing on the bar countertop. Right?
RGBs.
Hanging out.
That was awesome. I could see him.
So it's a nice piece for multiple reasons.
It's like he's on the couch with you.
The exchangeable weapons, which I really like. The two different weapons from the game.
You got the point.
Know that they won, and we can arrange for payment via PayPal. I'll be doing this all week until midnight, Friday, Pacific time.
Well, and while we're arranging for payment via PayPal, you can also tip me.
If we make an offer, I will let you know via email whether you're the leader or if you're still in the running, and if more people vote and or bid during the course of the week, so you'll be in the know, all right? All right, so that is it. This is a cool one. I hope that people really enjoyed this one, because I did during the time that it was in my condo, and now I'm ready to give it a new home. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. And hopefully I'll see you next time for another statue for sale. Peace out.
All right. This one, no update on sales or not. This one's a favorite, though. You guys are going to like this one. My new statue for sale is Guile. Someone says it's $800 on eBay? I'm not looking for nearly that much. LOL. Just letting you know, though. You could.
There's a reason for that.
Here we go. This is probably the most famous statue, I think.
My statue collection, which is going up for sale, I actually took 2 months off because, well, two reasons. Number one, the last few statues that I actually put up for auction in the months of, I think it was like late March, early April. I'm not positive, but they didn't get any bids. I was very surprised at that because some of those were really nice pieces.
So I think those last three were no bids, but who knows?
But I guess no one was really interested, and so I said,
Dead Space one didn't get. That was actually one of the. I kind of like that one.
Yeah,
you know what? It's been a couple months. It's the summer, and quite honestly, right now I could really use some money to help pay down my bills, and also my gas bill just got due, and I paid it. And I'm like, oh god, I really could use some money right now. So we're digging back into my collection, okay? And what we're doing today is we're looking at a piece that, number one, is rare. This piece you cannot really find anymore because it's old. It was manufactured, if I remember correctly, back between 2008 to 2010, and it's one of the first statues I ever got for my collection. Back when Street Fighter 4 had just come out, it was very popular, and people wanted to see Street Fighter, Street Fighter, Street Fighter. So this one was actually, it came out right around the time of Street Fighter 4's release. It is Guile in his classic Street Fighter 2 colored garb. It is from Pop Culture Shock, is the name of the company that made this figurine. It's actually very heavy. This one is one of my heavier ones. It weighs around between 10 and 15 pounds, I believe, when it's in this packaging.
Oh, wow. Many have been that same weight. I don't know why he's just pointing that out now, but anyways.
Championship Edition, which includes an additional Charlie dog tag. We'll look at that once we open it up. They call it a 4th scale figure. Meaning it's supposed to be like 25%, if you were to go 100%, 25% of the size of a real person, it's probably real.
Is that what that means?
He's so bad. He's kind of right, but he's so bad at explaining scale. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, interesting.
Here's the box, rotating it around. This is just a sticker from when we moved. It doesn't really want to come off right now.
Hang on, we'll get there.
We go. The back of the box, as you can see, very durable. When it moved, it even got a little nick in it, but it did absolutely no damage to anything inside because it has lots of styrofoam inside. There he is. Okay. Now, I believe it was individually numbered, but here it is. 241 of 550. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is 241 out of 550, this piece. Okay. All right, so let's take it out, and I'll show you exactly what you get with this guy.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I thumbed it up on accident. Here we go. We got to see this one, though.
Careful, because the styrofoam is not very... It's not like the other styrofoam, although some of the other ones, it's a little bit of a...
What?
It's not very... It's not like the other styrofoam, although some of the other ones, it's a little bit of a...
I think that it was her hand was already there, right? I thought he might have joined another one. Leanna just boinked it. Listen to that. Pop! Leanna, how dare you? You just popped it. Hang on. Boom! Oops.
Careful, because the styrofoam is not very... It's not like the other styrofoam. Although some of the other ones, it's a little bit of
Thanks,
more
Leanna.
traditional styrofoam, which means it will fall apart a little bit. But we
Oh.
have
Traditional styrofoam.
It will fall apart a little bit. Just let you know, guys.
Return to tradition with styrofoam.
Just let you
Reject
know.
modernity.
This is the more modern, shitty styrofoam.
And it's still holding together. So there you go. All right. So I'm gonna have to see. It's not exactly the most durable styrofoam. This is not from the other company that I get them all from is Sideshow Collectibles. This company is not that company.
Well, you broke that one too, though. So.
Yep.
So it does fall apart a little bit, but it is still, look, went across the country, it's still sturdy, it's still intact, no problem.
Yeah.
With this. So let me go ahead and
Nice
release
kitchen knife.
the tape. And don't worry, if you do auction and win on this item, I will package it better. I will put more tape. I'll try to, do as well as I can. So here's the main figurine.
Here we go, boys.
Guile's got all this extra foam and everything on him. He's very tall, by the way.
Leanna, you better stop.
I believe this is his other hand. Yes, it is. Let's move that aside. And like I said, he's very heavy. All one piece, pretty much, besides the extra hand. He's all styrofoam dust.
Yeah,
all
watched
over
it.
him.
Watched
Dust
him.
him off in a second.
New house, Aaron.
Okay, so he does have, it's going to be up close, it might not focus. Oh, it's focusing, good. He does have the Charlie dog tag, and he has the Guile dog tag. So he has both dog tags, just to show you. Okay, he does have both there. All right.
That's good.
Now, one
You
thing I
need
want
that.
to show you, this
Go
is
ahead.
something that was necessary, okay?
What?
That I needed to do when I bought it. And I don't know if anyone else ever owned this statue. This is something I had to do. You're going to see here on the back of his chain, I put a little bit of adhesive tape on his chain.
What?
The reason I did that
Why?
is his chain was very flimsy, and when I was positioning it, it would fall off constantly. And that was like such a pain in the ass that his chain would keep falling off. So I put a little bit of adhesive tape on it to keep it
Oh,
on.
that looks really cool. Look at Guy. Looks like a badass. Whoa, Guy looks hard. He's got some tape on his necklace.
Since then, it's never fallen off, okay? So you can remove that if you want. If you
That's how you know you're a badass. You got tape holding your necklace together.
win this auction, that's totally up to you. It's something I put on because it was annoying to me that the chain kept falling off. All right, and it comes with a base.
That's a one of a kind. This is one of a kind again.
Put them down here. We'll get the base from the other side.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right, so let's move the styrofoam out of the way. And then I'll position the figurine. Well, the statue. It really is a statue, this particular one. They call it a 4th scale figure, but it really is a heavy statue.
Ah.
They call
Okay.
it.
Very easy to
They call it a
is.
4th scale, but it is heavy.
Slides right into the base. Zoop. No
Zoop.
problem. And then there goes his hand, magnetic hand. And that's it. Here, I'll rotate him around.
Anything
for
else
to
you wanna
see.
share?
Like I
Oh!
said, there's going to be styrofoam dust all over him. And that's it. Here, I'll rotate him around for you to see. Like I said, there's going to be styrofoam dust all over him because of the style of styrofoam that they actually use for this figure. There you go.
There you go, buddy.
Rotate him around. Look at that. No damage at all. A little bit of dust, but no damage whatsoever.
Why are you blowing
This-
on it, Dustin?
Philip?
Jesus Christ.
Why are you making promises now that you won't be able to live up to?
On my bar, the top of my bar in Connecticut for about 40
He said no damage twice.
years since I bought them, just sitting there, and no fading or anything, so there wasn't a lot of light in there or anything like that. Look at that.
Okay.
Now, one
Anything
other
else?
thing that I have to tell you.
Please.
This happened to me in Connecticut. It's very annoying. Okay. His comb has damage.
Oh.
Okay, I guess I gotta play it again.
And no fading or anything. This sat on my little bit of dust. Yeah. See,
Listen to this.
Rotate him around.
Listen to
no
this.
No damage at all. Little bit
No damage at all.
of dust, but no damage whatsoever.
No damage whatsoever. Fast forward.
Now, it's very annoying. Okay. His comb has damage. Gotta call that out. I remember we actually taped it inside. There it is. Yep.
Goddamn
Taped the other half of
tape.
the comb inside of the package.
More tape.
All right, some glue will easily fix this. Not a problem.
Not a
But
problem.
his comb also was not very manufactured very well. And it broke. I didn't even hit it. The thing just ended up breaking one day. I don't know if it fell out of his hand, but see, just some super glue. We'll super glue that right on, and it'll be fine. So this one was a piece that,
This little super glue will take care of that one,
was on
boys.
display just to show you. It had, it's not that it's wear. It's just the flimsy parts of the statue, unfortunately, kind of show up in the chain. Me having to use the adhesive there, and with the comb. The statue itself is completely intact. Now,
okay,
I've seen this piece online for an exorbitant amount of money. I think, I saw people up online offering trying to get $400 or $500.
Yeah, it wasn't broken.
$500 for this thing. That's out of control, in my opinion.
That's out of control, please.
Mine's a little bit worn, as you see, having the broken comb and having the chain.
Oh, it's worn, all right.
I'd probably say a reasonable price for this piece would be around $200.
He spent $309 on this one.
So, if anyone is interested in Guile from Street Fighter, I'd say around $200 would be a fair price to get going. And then if people want, obviously people bid it above that, great. But that's what I'm looking to get, around $200 for.
Okay.
So, if you were interested.
Fast forwarding.
Okay, we're going to keep it off of eBay. We're going to keep it off of all those other auction sites to try to keep down costs. So that way you're not paying extra and I'm not paying extra just to have it listed somewhere. All right?
Okay.
Hopefully.
Buyer wouldn't pay anything extra.
By the end of the week, we will have one definitive winner. All right? That person will be the person who has bid highest as of 1 week since this video has been posted. So probably I'll let you guys know around midnight or whatever on Twitter and via emails if you did.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's going to run out. Do you want to make another offer?
You, and in a very real sense, most importantly, me, don't pay extra money. Thank you.
Yada. Okay. So Guile for Street Fighter. Going up for offer 1 week, from the time this video is posted. darksidephil@hotmail.com. Guile statue offer in the subject line. Looking for around $200 for it. And I hope that it finds a new home.
I hope that it finds a new home. No damage, however, it is damage.
Anything right.
No.
You would just think through sheer math, you would stumble into doing something properly, and he just never does. He does everything wrong. It's incredible.
Some funny comments. No damage, however, it is damaged. That's my favorite part, too. Oh, may I ask what Phil did today that got people downvoting more than usual? School ended. Kids have more time to play on YouTube. DSP responds himself saying, because normally the statue goes for far over 300 and the damage is to an accessory, the comb, not the actual statue. So for 200 you can get the same.
Pretty stupid if he's doing a hair combing pose and the comb is broken.
So for $200 you can get the same statue that's way overpriced elsewhere. See, normal people would get this, so why don't you? That's a comment that's deleted we can't see. How are we supposed to know if we are truly being outbid? That's my only concern. DSP response is, I save all correspondence, and if you truly wanted proof, I would provide it. But nobody who's purchased my other statues ever had this concern because they actually trust me to be a moral human being who wouldn't lie about this kind of stuff. So maybe you shouldn't concern yourself, dumb fuck. There we go. So that's Guile. We do have a little bit more to the Guile story here. Okay, time for a few. Okay, he did this thing back then, guys. It was very short-lived, but when I was looking for tweets for this shit, I found this. He would say, announce, I'm doing tweets now. Ready? So, okay, time for a few tweets, everybody. Get ready. Like he thinks people are just sitting there waiting for his timeline to update. But here we go. Few tweets coming at you, guys. Here we go. Here's the statue. Just received my first offer for the Guile statue. Sweet. Reminder, my statue is still for sale. 2 days left to bid. It's currently only at $190, so someone went a little bit less than $200. Someone says, $190 for an out-of-the-box broken statue? DSP says, the comb is broken, not the statue. And it goes for over $400 elsewhere.
And the
so
chain.
Yeah, half price is pretty good for a broken comb. And then he says, oh, yeah, I already read that one, so there we go. And someone says, I smell bullshit, obviously. Again, we don't have an update on the statue, if it was sold or not, but there we go. Next up, we have, FYI, my new statue for sale is Leonardo. And he says it's a great piece, so check it out. A few tweets coming up. I told you, guys. Few tweets coming up, guys. Get ready. Hold on tight. Strap in. First off, here's my new statue for sale, Leonardo. Okay, really great condition, so check it out, because it's not broken like last week's. Next, please check out my Leonardo statue, which is now for sale here. Here is the Leonardo statue, and this is a short one with a new angle, at least, maybe it looks like. Big Ups King of WWE Champion says everything is a collectible or exclusive. Well, that's the wording they use, Talbot. You correct me if I'm wrong, but they always say that when they're selling statues because that wording works for, you know.
I mean, collectible, yes. Like the exclusives, he tended to buy all the ones that had like extra heads or hands or background features or whatever, because again, he wanted to flex more. But yeah.
Waffle Bunny says 7 Project 7. No, not that one. No. Well, a lot of people are fake fans. They're showing themselves to be fake fans, asking why Leo is red. The original Turtles all had red. The colors were added to the cartoon, so you guys are all felt it. Even I know that one. This Old Soul 73 says, wonder if he gave Kat the Skyrim statue as a wedding gift. Nah, he keeping that shit. He's not giving her anything. Joe Dub says,
take her on a fucking honeymoon.
Yeah, come on.
No
statue, please.
Statue. Fuck off.
Please. Joe Dub says Darth Maul got to Guile too, shaking my head. The old Darth Maul that gets to all the statues when he did nothing wrong. Correct. Here we go. Leonardo. That did not prove my old manness. No, it did not. That's a true Turtle fan.
Everyone, hello and welcome to another one of my statues, which is going up for sale. This is Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the classic the classic comic book from the 1980s. In fact, you can actually see the Eastman and Laird classic comic panels in the background of the box. That's why Leonardo's face mask in this is red, because in the original comic book, they all wear red. They did not have colors that were different. Okay?
Felt it. Even DSP knew that one.
This one's in pretty good condition, and I'm hoping to raise a little bit of funds, simply because right now I need some money for my taxes, for my bills.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now he's bringing up reasons he needs to sell when he didn't in the beginning. You know what I mean? He didn't say any of this shit.
Early on, it was just like, oh, I need some space. I've moved into a new place, like that kind of thing. But over the last couple, he's gotten much sweatier and more desperate.
Yeah,
like, I need money. I got to pay my bills. Like, it's very interesting to see how that progressed. I'd be interested. Like, I know my lore pretty well, but like, if there was something specifically happening in like May, June 2015 that had him freaking out about money more than usual.
Tax begging situation? I don't know. But yeah, someone says the struggles of not having money. Crying. Okay, let's go.
And this has been sitting in storage for a year since I moved to Washington State, and I don't need it. And I don't have any.
There are only 4 statues left. We'll finish right on time, I believe. There are 4 statues left to be on sale, I want to say.
Plans to set it up anywhere. In addition, several months ago, I sold a Shredder figurine, which went for quite a lot of money. There was a big bidding war that went out for Shredder. So I'm wondering if this one will do similarly. I'm not sure. Now,
Shredder was confirmed sold then.
I just want to let everyone know this is the standard edition. There was a special edition of Leonardo that had some extra stuff. That's not that one. This is the standard edition.
Shit.
Don't want to get anyone confused. All right, let's rotate her around here.
That's
another
weird.
sticker on the stupid box. There we go.
Normal.
Here you go.
Jesus. Like, okay, I don't collect this kind of stuff, but you want to be a little bit careful when you're just ripping off stickers. This is how he takes care of this shit. You see that? He just rips that fucker off.
Another sticker on the stupid box.
Bam!
There we go. Here you go, Leonardo Comic-Cat. This is.
Don't you got to be careful? Because you could rip off half the thing, you know? Rip off the packaging.
Easily.
You got to be careful on that.
From Sideshow Collectibles is the company that made this this figurine. All right. There you go. Okay, so let's open it up and we'll show you exactly what we're working with.
Here we go. Let's see what you're working with here. Hang on. Ooh, no panda help today.
This particular figurine actually sat on top of my bookcase.
Ooh, that adds to the value. Oh, there she is. Never mind.
Thanks, Panda. I was going to make a Tyrone joke there, but she ruined it.
Thanks, Wapo.
Top quality styrofoam that doesn't fall apart, which is awesome because some of the other figurines do have that. Okay, so.
I mean, most styrofoam falls apart when you like break it, but
yes,
I don't know.
Grug hands and pull on it.
Leonardo.
Leanna, don't touch the styrofoam this time.
And as you can see, mostly one piece, which is nice. Almost no potential for you to screw it up, or you know what I mean, like have a part that doesn't fit properly.
As you've had trouble with in the past.
Almost one solid piece, which is nice. Okay, push that back. Here's the base. Let's get the arms in place. pretty easy to fit in magnetically.
Now here's I'm gonna guess something here, Tubby. I always think people that like superheroes, which you clearly would say you're a superhero fan, right, Tubby? Safe to say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I always think their favorite turtle is always Leonardo. Am I correct in your case or not?
Well, I'm not really a big Turtles fan, to be honest with you.
Oh, fine. But if you had to choose, would you choose?
Michelangelo.
Okay, I think he's being contrarian.
If I
I'm
had
right.
to.
Okay.
Like, I watched the cartoon a little bit growing up, but I wouldn't call myself like a... I would be lying to call myself... I'd be a DSP to call myself a big Turtle fan.
Yeah. It was mostly one piece, he said, Junon. It's mostly one piece, even though it's not. Oh, I should have hit the button. That's what you're saying. Yeah, it's too late now.
To go. Like that. Ha.
Ha-ha.
Here we go. So here he is. First of all, let me lift him up. Show him to you. Get a little closer. No damage, as you can see. No scrapes. Nothing on him. He's perfectly clean. A little dust, but that's about it for being on my bookcase. Okay. Very nice. And he is, to show you.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Number 76 of 400. So only 400 of these Leonardos were actually made, and his number 76 of 400.
All right, you get the point. I'm skipping ahead.
The way it's going to work, I'll accept bids starting.
I'm skipping that.
So that's it. That's how it's going to happen. I hope that you will message me. I hope to hear from you soon on this awesome piece. Leonardo is a really awesome piece. I liked it when it was in my living room in Connecticut, but I have no use for it anymore. And I hope that it has a new home soon, okay? That is it, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Go. Turtle sold. No update on if that sold or not as well.
I'm so surprised those katanas didn't break.
Yeah. This week's new statue is sale for live. There's a popular one, War and Ruin from Darksiders. Okay. And this is one of the longest ones. So we're going to skip through this.
Phil here, and I'm showing off another one of my statues from my statue collection, which I am putting up for sale and or auction.
He does have a note here I want to share with you. It does say, this statue is for sale and comes with all components except the USB 2.0 cable that's an A to A or has two usable sides, not an extension cable. This cable is needed for the statue to light up, but the original that came with the statue was very low quality. Upon researching, I found you can get a cable for $7 to $10 at many online retailers, including Fry's.
I would be surprised this guy who buys every piece of tech that comes out doesn't have a fucking A to A USB cable that's
I know,
out there.
just laying around.
Like, if it were me and I like lost or like the original sucked, I would just say, hey, it's not the original USB cable, but it works.
Yeah.
You know, like
who cares? It's so easy to do. But anyways, you got to pay for it. $7 to $10.
From Darksiders, if you remember that game line, a lot of people might not remember that game line.
Yeah, what was that?
But this was a line of games that launched in the early to middle life of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. An action/RPG style puzzle game, similar to like Zelda, but more adult oriented. And I really liked this game. Of course, as you can see, it was from ill-fated company THQ, which then made a sequel and then went out of business, and all of their properties were sold off. And it's actually up in the air if we'll ever see another Darksiders game. Which
he bought this for $250.
Incidentally, makes this collector's piece a little bit more interesting because it's for a line of games that may or may not ever continue.
Ooh,
so this is
added
War
value.
And Ruin. War was the main character of the first game of Darksiders, and Ruin was his horse, which he rode. It's supposed to be the Horseman of War. So as you see here, fire, right? Fire and brimstone. This is actually number 127 of 500.
He's really selling it this time.
Got it right on the top of the box here.
Fire and brimstone.
And some unique things about this statue
is
that it does light up. You know, a lot of statues don't.
Let's get to
kind of there. This one actually does light up, and it is USB.
Let's get to when he lights it up.
It's actually the Ruin, the horse, and War riding on Ruin. But then it's got the hand that actually attaches up here. Magnetically.
Magnetically, of course.
To avoid any kind of, damage to the hand.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Here we go. The two rear legs. And so, stands like that. I'd say it's about maybe 12 inches tall.
I want to see the lighting of the candle, the lighting of the tree, but I don't think we're going to get that.
Rotate it around.
Can we?
And It is a nice piece. It absolutely is very nice. No damage whatsoever to this piece. As you can see, it is all fully intact. This actually was on my bar for quite a while. This statue came out the year after Darksiders 1 was released. Before.
What?
I just said great place for a $300 statue just on your fucking bar.
I've spilled so much gin on this puppy. You won't believe. I've even puked on it twice.
Before Darksiders 2 was released. And I got it in between. Then we played Darksiders 2. And then the games were like, I wonder what's going to happen. And then THQ went out of business. So it's nice. And it is heavy, by the way. I'd say it probably weighs between 10 and 15
the classic.
pounds. Okay, so it has a weight to it. It is a resin statue. It's not like some of those statues you get that are made of plastic or anything. No, this is a nice heavy-duty made statue.
Yes.
Now, I mentioned to you that it lights up, and I mentioned to you that the fact that it's USB powered is both a positive and a negative, and I'm about to explain why.
Please.
Here's why. Here's your little USB connector, okay?
Well, that seems easy enough.
Here is the power adapter, which you use to plug in the statue. As you can see, it has a standard USB.
All you need is a USB cord then. Pretty cool.
Connection.
You have one of those, right, DSP?
Because they opted to go for USB power, the positives of this. Number one, you don't have to use this adapter. Let's say that this guy is in your office, and you have this guy near your PC, or you have him near your laptop.
What does that mean?
USB device that has USB ports that are powered.
Hang on a minute.
You could actually power him. As silly as this sounds, you could power this thing from your car. You know, it's dumb. Who would do that?
Whoa, buddy, from the car? This guy's nuts.
Right? But you could.
Puts him on his front dash.
yeah. Glue it to the top front of your car.
Driving down the road with this fucking
nuts.
big ass thing.
Your car? Huh?
It is a positive. And it does use a standard USB port. It's not like
hood ornament. Yeah, that'd be pretty hype.
Any kind of a fancy connector, all right? So that's a positive.
That's definitely a positive.
The negatives. Number one, when this guy is plugged in, he's always on. There's no on-off switch to warn
That's the
when
problem.
It's lit up, and that's it. You're always going to see lights coming out of the eyes, lights coming out of the hooves, and lights kind of emanating a little bit from the bottom. I just want to make it clear the box is full of crap, and I'll show you why.
What?
The
box shows...
The box is
cat's eyes haven't lit up in years.
The box is full of
behind the eyes.
Oh, he means it's telling lies on the outside of the box, I think.
Flaming ass, basically. This doesn't happen. This is bullshit. This does not happen. The only thing that lights up are the hind hooves and the eyes. And
those are the not behind hooves, sir. Front hooves. Thank you.
This does not happen. The only thing that lights up are the hind hooves and the eyes, and you can actually see throughout the piece. They'll be little like this. You'll see those lit up.
The hind hooves.
But these hooves do not. This is actually fake. I think originally the concept art, they wanted those to light, and then when they actually designed it, they realized it wouldn't be realistic for
They forgot about the front hooves.
that. So just to warn you.
Oh yeah, is it broken? Good question, John Doe. Maybe they really do, but they just Philip bouncing around a little too much on his drunken rages.
That is kind of a misrepresentation on the box, all right? But the negative here is it's always on. To turn it off, you either have to unplug this from the wall or you have to unplug the cord from the back of it. The other negative, and this is the negative that unfortunately the one thing that...
It looks like they do, by the way. It looks like they fucking do. Here's a statue of it. Here's it lit up. They look pretty lit up to me.
Yeah.
He just broke it again. That looks pretty fucking lit up. There's even a light here. I know they could be different. It's like, promotional
it totally
materials.
Could be different. It could be a product bullshit. But knowing his track record, he broke it again.
Nope. Debunked. This is a real picture of the image from a user. That is lit the fuck up. Debunk, boys. Wow. That lights up. It lights up for the fucking bottom. There you go. So
I guarantee you made the joke, but he probably spilled some fucking gin on it and fried the back hooves. Or I guess those are the front hooves in his mind.
Those are front hooves.
Yeah.
Confirmed. The front hooves do light up. Big ups, John Doe, for that, making me check that because you are correct. Nice.
And also, I don't get the big deal of like it having an on-off switch or not. Like, who gives a shit? Just unplug it.
Unplug it. I know. What the fuck? Just unplug it. What are you talking about?
That's actually missing the USB cord. The USB cord is an A to B USB cord. All right, so what that means, it's not any kind of extension cord. It's one end is a standard USB connection.
No.
And the other end
Is what?
is a standard USB connection. Now you may say to yourself, well, what kind of devices use those?
Yeah.
Not a hell of a lot.
Oh
In fact,
my
most
God.
USB devices don't use a cord that has a two-ended USB cord. Now you can get them. I see them online for as cheap as $5. You can buy
There's
one
so
of those
many.
cords.
Let's
There's so many.
explain this.
Like in my office, I've got like behind me, I've got some like shelves with some books and shit, and then I've got some bins of just like random cables and
Yeah.
stuff. I bet if I dug through there, I could find like 2 or 3 of those fucking cables just from random bullshit.
Here's a life hack. You could buy this door organizers. So what I do is I got one of those door organizers. It hangs on your closet door and has like 5 by 10 or something. And then you can put them on your door. It's a great idea, guys. Life hack.
However, the cord that came with this was low quality.
It's for like shoes and shit, but you could put like I have like a million. All my cables go in
In
there.
fact, the cord that came with this was very flimsy, and it actually broke when I was in Connecticut. And therefore, I don't have another one. I never purchased a replacement cord because then this kind of got an older piece, and I put it back in the box, and I was swapping out other models and stuff. So I never bought a replacement cord. You will need that cord if you want this to light up. And again, it's an A to A cord, 2 standard-ended USB connections. It's only using power. It's not gonna, it's not gonna no data or anything needs to be in there. It could be the cheapest version of the cord
It only needs power. It's not sending data. What?
you can get. And that's the one that you need for this guy. And I apologize, I don't have the cord for it anymore. Like I said,
All right, let's get to the end. We see this was broken.
it's such a weird thing that they chose that. I have other models
2 statues
that
left.
light up. Those models all use like proprietary adapters. So
Okay,
instead
we get
of
the
this,
point.
with this USB, it would just be a cord coming out of here, and it would plug into say a round thing in the bottom of this. I have no clue why they didn't opt for that, but they didn't. As weird as that is. So, War and Ruin. I originally bought this one years ago.
How
if I
much?
remember correctly, I probably spent around $250 for it.
He is correct on that one.
At this point, I don't know what it's worth.
But
I mean,
imagine
it's
you
gonna
spend
be-
$250 on this thing, you break it, you lose the cable to it or break the cable to it, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put this thing away because I'm buying more shit to replace it. Like, just such a wasteful
the beholder, because some people might say it's worth nothing because the game series is now gone. Who knows if Darksiders will ever come back? THQ went out of business. On the flip side, other people might say it's even more valuable because guess what? It's a rare thing from a game series that doesn't exist anymore. All right, it is complete, no damage. Even the adapter, I just don't have the cord for you, so you'll have to spend a couple extra bucks to get the cord if you want them to light up.
spend a couple
But it's
extra
really nice
bucks,
piece.
obviously.
I'm hoping for offers. I'd say starting around $175 and going up. Now, do not let that deter you. If I want to offer $100, feel free. I'm not going to necessarily accept a low bid offer, but I'm definitely interested in seeing what people are willing to offer. All right, and we'll go from there. So please, if you are interested in this piece, first of all, I'll say this up front. I've said
What
this
do
in
I
my other
do?
videos.
Yeah.
If you do not live in the United States,
Don't bid. You
anywhere from
got
$30
it.
to $50 to ship. So know that up front if you're making an offer. All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope that you enjoyed looking at this piece, and hopefully some more you'll be interested in more of these in the future as well. All right. Thanks everyone.
Not
and
even
see
fights
you
to
later.
try to fuck people over like this with so many things.
So he says, I'm currently playing Darksiders 2 right now, so this is pretty awesome to see. I know this guy says, I know you don't want to sell these on eBay, but you could sell them for much higher prices there than by yourself. DSP
Correct.
response says, what you don't realize, it would never work on eBay. I'd get tons of fake bids who would withdraw, ruining the auction. I'd also get tons of trollless comments, reviews, etc. And I also have 0 rep. So I don't show up as a reputable seller, which means I get next to no bids anyway. Dumb fuck. DSP responds to this one. Do you still have the plasma cutter from Dead Space? I do have a replica plasma cutter, and I'd be willing to sell it. Just need to take a look at the condition and see what it's worth. Yeah, I don't figure out what it's worth before I give it to you, dumb fuck. I'm not giving it to you for nothing. All right, next up, we get some tweets about this very same one. He says... Also, in regards to Darksider statue, got 3 people asking how much. I said in the video 175 starting bid. Thanks. Busy night ahead, tallying bids on the Darksider statue, setting up the rest of Street Fighter 4 vids, filming the next, what's that? WIP would be weekend preview, and then TV Superstars montage. Currently in the midst of a crazy bid war for the Darksider statue. Hard to keep up as 4 people have been bidding all day. Whoa! I can't keep up.
You know what's crazy is that if you use a website like, I don't know, for the sake of argument, eBay, they just bid and you'll get a notification that lets you know that there's been a bid and you don't have to do anything.
That's wild.
You just wait till it's over and then you package it up and ship it to them. It's crazy.
Goodbye War and Ruin, another statue shipping to a happy viewer who got it for a great deal. So we don't know how much it was for, but he got it for a great deal. And he did post on Instagram a picture of it. He didn't do that for any other ones, Instagram pictures, oddly, but the Darksiders got the great deal and the Instagram send-off. Now, someone says, unfortunately, the post is deleted, right? But it's something about statues. And DSP responds and says, I acknowledge the statues are wastes of money and I'm trying to get rid of them. Statue makers make statues, not games. And I think he's talking about amiibos here, but I don't know exactly. But it sounds
either
like he's bitching about amiibos.
Or it could be like with the Last of Us thing where he was being all autistic.
It could be.
Like, oh, this is not a statue, like that kind of thing.
Could be. This is a tweet, says two things. I'm not listing a new statue for sale today, giving it a rest this week, and I'm not playing the Street Fighter 5 beta again until it's stable. This was the beginning of the end of the statues in July. They made it to July, which is honestly longer than I expected, but this is the beginning of the end. He takes a week off, and then he doesn't really pick it back up at the same let's say, frequency. Bad start to today. Just got word out, garage door is cracking, needs replacement, and will cost tons of money. Goodbye, statue sales. So he tries to make sure everyone knows that all the money he got will be gone. That he got from the statues, it's all gone. Someone makes a good point here.
Knowing him, too,
yeah, go ahead.
Not knowing this for absolute sure, but this is just a good guess from watching DSP for like 15 fucking years, is that he was bitching about money at some point the day before, and he was getting shit in his chat of like, well, you just sold all those statues, so like, why is it a big deal? So he invents the cracked story to be like, oh, well, you have to give me more money, or at this time, give me more views or whatever. Or Patreon.
Some people say. Next Patreon goal, 2K forget the camera in Project 7. Help me pay my replacement garage door. If you only knew how right you were. He didn't ask for the garage door, but you can forget about Project 7. That's for fucking sure. Here is an update video of the current situation of the statues he had to make, of course. That seems like...
Hello, everyone. Darkside Phil here, and this is an update
good hello,
video.
everyone.
This is an
He did get rid of some.
update and a
There's the Boomer not sold, and there's the Emma Frost not sold. What's it behind
that's
it?
those
TF2.
who have
The
been
TF2, not the medic not sold.
Yeah, it's the medic.
It's the medic. Medic
paying
not sold.
attention to me this year in regards to my statue collection. As you know, many of my statues in my collection have gone up for sale this year. Many of them have sold. Some of them were supposed to sell, but unfortunately never really got sold. And others just didn't have any interested buyers. I started getting some messages over the past couple of weeks saying, Phil, you know, what do you still have? What don't you have? What will be coming up later this year for sale, etc.? Can you do like a cumulative update video explaining?
What?
When was this video?
This is in the middle of 2015. So he sold all the stuff. We started with the pre-selling, and now we're after selling.
Oh, okay. Well, he has you can see the Darksiders thing there on the left that he supposedly got rid of.
Oh yeah, he already sold that one. Maybe this is filmed before he actually nailed it.
Maybe before. I don't know.
Exactly
I'm being autistic, but like,
yeah. Who knows when he recorded this?
You have left, and we know what to expect. And I said, you know what? Fair enough. It's easy enough for me to just walk here into my nook area. This is the storage nook of my home, and show you what we've got left. So before we even get to the stuff that maybe has been up for sale and didn't go, what I'd like to do is show you some of the stuff that I have here that I have not offered yet that could possibly go up for sale. So just to start, move some of this stuff. Looks like a road,
great organization king
cord or something. That's weird. Okay, move the beanbag if I can.
Beanbag still rocking and rolling
because there's lots of stuff I've not put up for sale yet. All right, so here you go. An Emma Frost bust from X-Men, similar to the Black Cat bust. This is Thanos and Lady Death. Thanos, of course, holding the Infinity Gauntlet. This is a Cobra Commander diorama.
That is the most expensive thing in his whole collection. That's $1,300.
Joe, this is the Duke Nukem Forever statue that I own. This is the the COG snub pistol replica that I used in Project 7. I still have that.
$550.
And of course, I have the full-size Lancer It's a retro Lancer replica that I used in Project 7. This is a full-size Avenger replica gun. The thing is incredibly expensive, fragile, and rare, and it's worth a ton of money. I don't know if I'll ever put that up for sale because I don't think I'll ever even get nearly as enough money as I spent on it. I mean, I'm serious. That's a prop that I was going to use in Project 7 for several episodes. I was going to have all special effects and everything, and I spent a ton of money on it, and I never used it. We've got the tank from Left 4 Dead 2 statue. We've got a Scorpion statue from the Mortal Kombat reboot that happened several years ago.
Reboot.
The Incredible Hulk ginormous statue that used to sit in my living room in Connecticut. I've got that one. We've also got the Poison Ivy statue from Batman. This is the Mephisto faux bronze statue. I can't really show you what it is, but it's Mephisto from all the comics. The soldier, the red soldier from Team Fortress 2. This is the Joker premium format figure from Sideshow Collectibles.
You're seeing a lot of stuff left. He's not selling most of this stuff.
Portal replica gun. Yes, this is
There's
also
a good $6,000 worth of shit still in here.
And this is the shit that never gets sold, by the
incredibly
way.
valuable and rare because people love to use these for like cosplaying and also for different series. I got that for Project 7 and never used it. Not even open. I never even opened the damn thing. She-Hulk statue. This is the one that was worth a ridiculous amount of money for a while when Ultimate Warrior Capcom 3 was very popular. The heavy blue statue from Team Fortress 2. And this is the replica Timson Tools plasma cutter. This one I can actually open for you. If I can figure out how. Look at that. That's right, Dead Space. And it's pretty good. It actually lights up. It has a laser pointer inside of it that it's again something you would want to use for cosplay, you know? Really nice. Again, something I was going to use in Project 7 and I never got to use it. I bought all these props that one year.
It's really funny that like
Mm-hmm.
he says used for cosplay when there's like people that make like really good styrofoam guns and things like that you can buy for like $25 that like look really, really good. It's crazy.
Perfect for things when you want to have one fucking scene in your show, in your internet show.
Which kind of sucks. So those are the ones that I've not even yet put up for sale, but there is potential that I will sell those figurines, okay? There's a strong chance that at some point I'm going to put these up for sale either later this year or next year, depending on what happens, all right? So let me put this back, and then what I'm going to do is show you the ones that I have put up for sale that unfortunately didn't sell, or they sold but then no one paid. And unfortunately,
here we go. Here's the truth.
This is what happens when you do stuff like this. I get the feeling that either the people who bid on stuff were trolls.
Emma Frost was not sold. There it is.
Trying to be dicks and waste my time. Or unfortunately, in some cases, things just don't come together. For example, the Emma Frost premium format figure. This was actually one of the earlier ones that I tried to sell this year. Only had one serious bidder. Bid on it, won it, and was never able to pay for it, so it's just sitting here and it is still available for sale. Again, something like this for around $200, I'd be willing to let this go, even though it's worth a lot more money.
Oh, yeah.
The Gears of War Boomer statue. This is the
we knew that
version.
one didn't sell.
What happened with this one was kind of silly, okay? When I went to put it up, or when I filmed the video walkthrough for this one, boy, that light is bright as shit. Let me aim it the other way.
Oh my God.
When I filmed the video walkthrough for this one, I looked online, and I hadn't seen anyone selling any of these recently, so I estimated like one value for it. Then, during the time period I was putting this up to sell the statue, someone sold one for like super cheap. So basically the value of this has plummeted since then, and no one bid on it. The Medic from Team Fortress 2, which, I mean, it had some damage to it, so I can maybe understand why people didn't want to bid on that, because the glasses were damaged, and I repaired them myself.
I thought that was an upsell, though.
This one is gone. Darksiders War and Ruin, I just sold it.
There you
this
go.
one will be mailed out by the end of this week, so that one's gone. The Street Fighter Guile statue. Unfortunately, I had a few different parties who were interested.
Did not sell the Guile.
And at the end of the week, I had someone who said that they won the bidding and never paid, and said they weren't able to pay. So I think that it was just a troll wasting my time. So I still have Guile, and Saga will be going up for sale shortly.
That is
Very
true.
shortly.
That one will be sold.
Compared to what we had when I first moved here, I think I've sold a good 5 to maybe 7 statues. Some of the ones I have sold are Dead Space. As I said, the Darksiders.
So we're just conservatively, or I'll say optimistically, we have made $1,000 so far on sales.
Yeah.
Palby, would you agree with that?
Yeah, probably based on like the numbers that were out there. We'll say low end 750, high end 1500 would be my guess.
So we spent 11,000, and so far we've got, less than 10% of that, but we're still working on it.
Out of the way, the Black Cat bust, the Leonardo and the Shredder figurines, the Ninja Turtle ones, both of those have gone. That's just a few. Those are at the top of my head, some of the ones that have sold. So it's been pretty successful, and it has helped this year, with me raising funds to pay bills and stuff like that. This is what I have left. So first of all, if you are interested in Guile...
Whoa. Okay, so he's going to say the same shit. I'm going to skip this. If you're looking for more great statue deals, I'll be filming 1 or 2 more offered in the next few weeks, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, these would be, I believe, the last batch that are sold, so let me get to those. We do have the... tomorrow I'm putting up a statue for auction that's not only one of my favorites, but sells on eBay for $800. Someone could get a steal. Someone says, using eBay to judge price is really bad. It's probably worth half that.
Yes,
and
that's
it says,
true.
Now uploading a new statue for sale, the most rare, valuable one I've offered yet. Goes for $800 on eBay. Someone will get a steal. That is the Saga. Let's go.
This one is Saga from Super Street Fighter 4. This statue was actually released in, I believe, in 2012. If I remember correctly, if you actually look at the box, here it is.
Someone already says in the comment 10 years ago, the sad reality is someone will buy this and will feed Phil's begging for money.
It actually says Street Fighter 4 Generation. It's not focusing now. 2009 to 2012. So this statue actually was made by Pop Culture Shock, is the name of the company. Way back.
We'll go to the pre-stream after this when he starts. He's not even in chat yet, so we got plenty of time, guys.
Here they are, Pop Culture Shack. Way back in late 2012, when this was only like the first version of Super Street Fighter 4 before they came out with like 2 or 3 more of them, okay? But this is a cool figurine. First of all, to show you, comes with certificate of authenticity. 294 out of 350, which is pretty sweet that it comes with a certificate of authenticity. Okay, I like that. Number 2, as you can see, the trunks are yellow. The reason that the trunks are yellow is because this is the exclusive edition that has this special head with the grin. This is actually the standard Sagat head, which doesn't have the grin. It comes with both, okay? And they're interchangeable on his head. The regular edition only came with...
Is that a grin over there? I think it's more of a angry grimace.
It's more of a grimace, or, you know.
Red and blue trunks.
He's grinning, though.
So this is actually, I'm trying to show you there, red and blue. So this is actually the rarer color for this figurine. All right, pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
What I want to do is zoom out to just show you how big this figurine is. 21 inches tall, and it weighs between 10 and 15 pounds. In fact, I'd say it probably weighs around 15 pounds, and with the box, it might even weigh more than that. So it's probably one of the heaviest and biggest statues that I've ever owned. And just to show you, the hand wraps are actually cloth. Take a look at that. Real cloth. You can see strings coming off of them. It's not like painted on there. Even the trunks are real fabric. See that? Real fabric trunks.
Look at that.
Same thing with the foot wraps. Real
You see that? See that?
fabric foot wrap. So very, very authentic. It's actually not a chip or anything. That's a piece of styrofoam that was stuck to his leg. So I'll rotate him around for you. I want to show you all the angles of it. Okay, how he looks. Ready?
He bought this for $365, by the way.
The classic Street Fighter 2 pose. So that was actually one of my favorite characters from Street Fighter 2. Is the classic rivalry with Ryu, where Ryu supposedly defeated him during Street Fighter 1, and so he wants his revenge in Street Fighter 2. This scar that's on his chest is actually from Ryu. Did a Shoryuken to his chest and burnt and scarred his chest. So in Street Fighter 2, he's coming back as like the mini boss to try to take on Ryu before he gets to the final boss of the game. So I really like this piece. I'll be honest with you. I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. People know I've been a competitive tournament level player. Sagat was one of the characters that I actually played with in tournament. But at this point, I feel that I need to move on a little bit from having all these silly collectibles around my home. In fact, this guy's been sitting in storage since I moved across the country. It's just been sitting in storage, not being used, not even being looked at, and he's valuable. And right now, I could really use the money for other stuff. You know, I have debts and things that I could be paying off. I don't have anywhere to keep them anymore. I'm not a bachelor.
He's not lying.
And even though I really love Sagat and I really love Street Fighter, I don't think I'm going to get any use out of this thing.
That big ass house, you can't find a place to put your little guy stuff up. But anyways,
so
what was that?
Street Fighter, I don't think I'm going to get any use out of this thing. So,
You think he poured water out? I hope.
That being said, he's going up for sale.
Shout outs.
When I'm doing the video, I find a big stain over here in my kitchen that I'm going to have to clean over here. But anyway, he's going up for sale. I'll be honest, this is also one of the most expensive statues I think that I bought. It was one of the last ones I ever bought until I stopped around late 2012 of buying these things. When I realized I was just blowing my money and I needed to save my money to do things such as move across the country versus buying silly toys.
No, you realize that you could spend your money instead on digital things instead of actual physical items. You're not saving your money.
Exactly. He realized he didn't have to clutter up his house, but he could still spend the same amount of money. That's
he can
pretty
get
cool.
that same thrill of consuming and of having things, and it can happen so much faster. The dopamine hit can be so much stronger. He can do it on his phone anytime during the day.
Oh, you can play a game with it too. That's also a benefit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In that regard, he was probably, if I remember correctly, high 200s, if not $300. I'm going to put him up for auction here for $200 starting bid, which is a big discount. If you look for other people selling Sagat online, they're going to be more expensive than that. All right, the statue's huge. It's worth a lot of money. $200 starting bid.
It's huge. It's expensive. You know that.
I would say a few things before you even consider bidding on this. Please, if you do not live in the United States of America,
Same shit. We already know that spiel. Let's get to the ending.
if you do bid on this and then you get overbid, all right, well, don't worry, because what ends up happening, sometimes people back out or whatever. At the end of the week, if whoever the high bidder is backs out, there's a chance you could still win. So understand that I will keep in touch with everyone, and I'll let you know, gee, here it is. And, if someone backs out, you still have an opportunity to win it, and maybe you can get a second chance. That's actually happened with 1 or 2 statues where the person who was the top bid for whatever reason backed out, and so the person who was in second place ended up getting it for even cheaper. So sometimes it works out like that, all right? Again, darksidephil@hotmail.com. Sagat statue offer. Please put that in the subject heading of your email, and hopefully someone will very shortly be the new owner of Sagat from Super Street Fighter 4. Okay, everyone, that is it.
All right. Any comments here? Shout outs to Sean Ranklin. 6 years ago, Sean Ranklin. Shout out. Nothing looks like nothing else, and DSP didn't respond to anything. He said, note, this is the most valuable statue I've ever offered for sale, and it sells for around $600 to $800 on eBay. I'm allowing an initial bid of $200, but I expect many people to jump in, and the bidding will get pretty heated this week. Please send offers to Darkside Phil, letting us know the bids will get heated.
It's such a stupid way of doing things, because, if the people that are like going to look for collectibles like that and actually spend the money for it are not more than likely Dark Side Phil fans. You might have one or two fans that have like that kind of disposable income to spend and like to buy collectibles like that. Of course, you're going to get a bunch of trolls. Obviously, how stupid is he?
Yes, very. If you emailed me in the last 2 weeks about the statue auction pricing, I'm responding to everyone right now. Sorry, I haven't had a chance yet. That means he just didn't respond to people. Alert, if you're making an offer on a statue, please title your email exactly as I asked in the video. Spam filter caught 2 offers today, guys. Important. Need to reach me? Tweet me. The Sagat statue winner's email stuck in my spam filter for 3 days. I wouldn't have known if he didn't. If interested in the Sagat statue, it's worth only around $800 per eBay. Why would you say only around? That's the wrong wording there. You can bid by emailing Sagat offer. This is a very important statue. We keep saying the Sagat offers. So I'm working on confirming, but it looks like the Sagat statue is off to a first bid of $280. That's great. Also, reminder that my Sagat.
Would somebody give you a bid at $280 when you're offering for $200? That's so stupid to me.
It doesn't make sense.
It's anyway. Sorry,
it never happened. I'm guessing. No. Next up, also a reminder my Sagat statue is still in auction, which ends. Current high bid is $450. Okay. Next, he says,
"Damn, I've been Frakes for this one. It's a fiction."
I've been so busy today. I forgot the Sagat statue is still for auction. Bidding ends in just 3 hours. Busy week for statue. The Sagat statue sold for $480. Okay, so the Sagat statue sold for $480, which this is, to what are publicly facing numbers, this is the only statue he sold that was for more money than he bought it for so far. Everything else has been a loss. So this one he made money on, apparently. Emma sold. I'm going to show this one. So that one Emma Frost statue did sell in August of this year, later than he said. There are, I promise, only 2 more. Okay, there is Duke Nukem, okay, and we're going to skip this video this time, guys. It's the same shit. Duke Nukem. So I haven't got any offers on the Duke Nukem statue, and the auction ends Friday. Guess he's literally dead after forever flopped. Sad, okay? Then he says, tonight I say goodbye to my COG snub pistol and Duke Nukem statue, both going for way under value. More funds to pay my moving debt. So it appears that he did sell the snub pistol and Duke Nukem statue, even though he didn't make a video.
Moving debt like nearly 2 years after he moved, by the way. Great.
The final statue is here. Brief glimpse of eBay shows my She-Hulk statue priced at $1K. What the fuck? Guess some of these got really rare, valuable over time. Now uploading a new statue for sale. This one is literally the most valuable rare in my entire collection, and people have asked for it. The final video is here.
And welcome to another one of my collectibles, which I am putting up for auction publicly. And this one, holy crap, ladies and gents, out of all the statues that I've put up, I never expected to see that one of the collectibles that I would have bought would be so valuable. But I shit you not, this statue, I bought it around the time when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was going to be released. It was a few months before that, actually. So we're talking some 4+ years ago. And at the time, I knew She-Hulk was going to be a character in the game. It was the first time she was ever going to be featured in like a major video game. And I said, I bet she's going to catch on in popularity. And I bet that if I get a collectible of her now, that she'll be worth a lot of money.
Oh, wow. So he literally bought it for the investment purposes. Okay.
So I bought this, I'll be honest.
Stocks, gold, all scams. But She-Hulk statues, that's where it's at.
I bought this for between $300 and $400, I remember specifically. This is the Sideshow Collectibles Edition, okay, of She-Hulk. Sideshow exclusive. Oh, there, now you can see it. Sideshow exclusive, which means that there is an exclusive thing in it, okay? Right now,
$275.
If you look for this figure on sale on the internet, this exact one, I've seen them going for $1,400. Now, obviously, the value of what you see something listed for on the internet, or even what's selling for, is not truly the value. It's all dependent on what people are willing to offer, okay? But She-Hulk in particular seems to be one that everyone wants to get their hands on. I guess because she became
definitely
more popular during that time frame of 4 or 5 years ago, and this is a very, very rare figure. Now, I'm going to show you first of all, it is legit. It is number 204 of 550. Okay. However, we are going to show you the figure, and unfortunately, one of the optional attachments of the figure has some damage. I'm gonna
What?
Of course it does.
No, not again. They can't keep doing this. Come on. DSP in chat says, good morning all, and then had to quickly restart the PC, almost ready to go. Slideshow started. That means we have at least 20 minutes.
be completely honest and upfront with you. So this is actually an opportunity if you've been looking for one of these and they're way too expensive on the internet and you're willing to accept one with a tiny bit of damage to it, you're going to like what you're going to see here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's zoom out. Without further ado, we're going to get her out because she is very tall. So we'll quickly tell you, she's one of the tallest figures I've ever purchased, and pretty impressive. So here we go.
Pretty impressive. Like he did something cool by like buying a statue. Pretty impressive. I had this one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I think that goes back to my earlier theory of like why he was buying these things. Is he was just trying to impress his boys
Yeah.
or people he wanted to be his boys.
You can really impress your friends with this one, guys. Trust me, okay?
And we all know the actual thing that happened was like when he would do that John or Howard or whoever the fuck would just be like, cool, Phil, and then move on with their lives.
Awesome, man. So, Project 7 money, huh?
Oh, she opens on the other side. All right, so here she is. This is the She-Hulk. Let's get her together, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about that, unfortunately, this has some damage. Here's the base. Cool She-Hulk art on the bottom of the base. You know, handwritten. That is 204 of 550.
I don't believe that is handwritten, but okay.
Pretty nice, right? And as you can see here, it's a cool impacted concrete base.
Ooh.
Here's the body. Fully intact, no problems whatsoever with the body, as you can see. It is fully intact, no issues. Beautiful, look at that. Real fabric pants, which is really nice. Nice tight butt, good glutes. Everything's good.
He has to kind of say the nice way, you know, because Leanna's right there, you know, so. Tight glutes.
So put her here.
Still way more than he would say today.
I know, way more than he would say today for sure. But when he was by himself in those condo tours, he's like, oh, nice
yeah.
ass.
It actually goes the other way.
Look at those titties. Hubba,
Yeah.
hubba.
Wow.
Position them properly. You have to make sure they're like, there we go. I was going to say, they slip right in once you have them at the right angle. Only thing that's really on her is a few pieces of paper and, you know, styrofoam from the move.
Jizz staining.
So let's actually move this over.
You can wipe that right off with some Windex.
So we can
Nothing on
scoot
it.
her
Just
over and
don't
she's
use
in
a
better
black light
shape.
around it, please.
No.
She's got a real metal belt buckle, and I don't know if this is real leather or not, but it is a real, you know, a belt of some kind of special material. Here's her head, which again is covered in styrofoam, which you can easily clean
spitting all
off
over
yourself.
it.
It's not a paint fleck or anything. That's styrofoam that's stuck in there in her hairdo there. And pretty nice flowing hair, right?
Oh,
We'll get that on her
yeah.
head. Okay, and so here's what I want to show you. All
Oh,
right.
please, yeah, show
Two
us.
interchangeable hands. The reason this is the Sideshow exclusive version of She-Hulk
Thanks,
is that
Leanna.
there's two interchangeable hands. This is the standard hand that comes with all the standard editions. The one here that has the traffic parking meter in it is the exclusive edition. Unfortunately, you can see this one was very poorly designed. And what I mean by that, I'll be very frank.
Poorly made.
Okay? When you attach this one, which I'll show you right now.
Go
when
ahead.
you attach this hand, okay, there's a magnet, as you saw. It attached properly, right? It looks cool. She has the traffic parking meter in her hand. But I want you to take a look at the hand close up.
Yeah, go ahead.
All
Zoom in,
of the
please.
weight and pressure of this is on the wrist of the hand because that's where the magnet kind of is. And because of that, and it's not focusing, which
Thanks,
is pissing me
Leanna.
off. Because of that, what I'm going to do is take it off. There we
Okay,
go.
great.
Because of that, what happens is if you even
Thanks, Wapo.
slightly tap this, the whole wrist breaks. And I remember this used to be on my coffee
Really?
table
I ran into it once in a drunken stupor.
behind me on my couch. And one day I was just sitting there. I wasn't flailing my arms. I just literally maybe leaned back to scratch my back, and I went boop like that, and the wrist snapped. And it's not the wrist of the statue itself is fine.
Real
That
story
right
is he throws
there,
a
you
fucking
see,
PS3 controller across the room because he's grug smashing and just breaks the shit out of the shield.
I just leaned back to scratch my back.
I did. I repaired it as best I could. But I'm going to be honest up front with you. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it really is effing annoying.
It's effing
that
annoying.
They designed it like that. Why would you have an entire giant appendage like this that's all weighed down on a tiny piece of ceramic? You know, so if you just tap it like that, the whole thing breaks.
Well, because they're adult collectibles.
It is what it is.
Phil,
In my
and for the
opinion,
most part, they expect that people have these like an actual like displayed somewhere, like up on a shelf or in a display case nicely, where some idiot can't bumble into it in the middle of the night when in a gin stupor.
Yeah, they kind of don't expect it's going to be a play toy. You know what I mean?
You understand, like when you're getting into things like that. Like, I don't buy statues really, but like. You understand that they're like collectibles and that they're fragile and that you need to take care of them. And so, yeah, I guess you could call it a design flaw, but like, what do you expect them to do with that? Like, how would you engineer that better? I don't see another way of doing that.
Just be
Maybe
careful
don't
with your
run
shit.
into it. Yeah, just don't run into it.
You paid, how much did you pay for this one again? $280? You think you'd be careful with it, but all right.
It's poorly designed. Obviously, it is a damaged item. It's not worth $1,400. No way, if fans are bust, is this worth $1,400 because the thing that makes it the Sideshow collectible is busted. But I do want to show you, it still goes on and off, no problems, because of the magnet. And then you can take on the other hand, it goes on there. Okay. And this is considered the standard edition of She-Hulk. When she has the regular hand on her, okay?
That's that's considered the regular, Talby. This is considered the regular.
Versions.
Yeah, I figure that he spent $280 on because she'd never been in a major video game before, even though she was in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 years before Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but whatever.
With this version of She-Hulk. And again, am I expecting a lot of money? No, I'm going to be honest, I'm not. If I do get it, that's great. But I'm not expecting a lot of money because this stupid hand has damage because they designed it so poorly. Oh, I finally got it to focus, by the way. Yeah, see how the way it snapped? It snapped all because all the pressure's right there. It shouldn't be there. Poorly designed.
Poorly made.
It is what it is, okay? So the She-Hulk Sideshow exclusive edition goes for upwards of $1,400 online. No, I'm not expecting that whatsoever, especially because this particular piece has some damage to it.
How much do you want?
Due to the fact that this is a very sought-out item on the internet, and the fact that I'm being upfront with you, right, about this little bit of damage that it has, I'm going to put up She-Hulk for public auction, starting for a bid of $300.
Whoa!
Fuck yourself.
Okay?
Whoa!
If you're interested, email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com. In the subject header, the subject line must say She-Hulk offer. Please let me know your bids. Please do not go lower than $300. I'm only willing to accept $300 or more due to the rarity of this piece, okay? Now,
that's due to the rarity.
I'm going to need information from you, like your name, your actual physical address. Yes.
Social security number. Are you a troll or not?
Because this is one of the most valuable ones I ever bought. I can't believe it's worth what people are buying it and selling it for on the internet due to the rarity. I guess I made a good purchase. It's a shame it has a little bit of damage at the same time. With the low amount that I'm actually offering it for versus what other people are offering it for, more than makes up for that. So I hope that you'll consider it, all right? Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope someone...
All right. Well, that was the last sale video ever made on DSP's channel. This was it. So that means the sales lasted from January into September 19th. I know the numbers aren't exactly correct because it's unclear on what was sold and what was not sold. Let's say conservatively they all sold for $250 or $300. I mean, he might have made $1,500. Let's say, Talby, fair.
15, maybe 2,000.
Maybe two.
Maybe. I'm being a little generous.
I want to say this. I'm so incredibly surprised that it's been almost 1 week and I haven't received an offer on my She-Hulk statue. Makes no sense, honestly. Weird. So he didn't sell the She-Hulk. Mario Faker in the house again says maybe people think gout is contagious. Nice one. Mario Faker got him. Then it says, and then we're going to fast. That's the last talk of statues, guys, for 4 years until the bankruptcy. Okay. And now the bankruptcy, again, it just very quietly is gone. The statue talk. Then it goes to 2019, which is the year of the bankruptcy. He says, genuine question, are there any fans interested in buying my remaining statue collection directly? At this point, I need to get this stuff out of my house and use any funds I can to make ends meet before pawning them. Will probably be a complete waste. DSP then says here, I have the Team Fortress 2 statues, including the Soldier, Medic, and Heavies. That's $1,500 right there. It's most expensive. Well, the second most expensive group, I guess.
Yeah.
I had the Left 4 Dead 2 tank. That's $550. A really sick Joker and Poison Ivy statue. Scorpion, Portal replica gun, Avenger rifle from Mass Effect 3. Crazy stuff all stuck here. So maybe he did sell the She-Hulk. Who knows? And that was the list there. I do want to show here. I'm not going to play this, but if you want to see this, I did play this on the channel not too long ago. Tevin made a great video about someone that trolled DSP about the statues. In 2018, this guy, Jonathan Rivas, he definitely trolled Phil about some statues about $6,000 for tune of $6,000. Made Philip write so many fucking emails back and forth. It really shows you how Philip was interacting with people on these sales. I thought. Go ahead,
The
Sal.
Certified Hood Classic. It's one of my absolute favorite
Please
Phil-related videos ever.
That, okay? Now we're going to move forward in time. This is what Meth Bear sent me earlier. It's a statue update from 2 years ago, and I have 3 updates to share with you, just so we can get our stories straight here. This is from 2023.
Do I still have my old Shredder statue? No. All that stuff is gone, long gone. A lot of the stuff was sold within a couple of years that I lived here. A lot of that stuff was lost during the whole bankruptcy period. All that stuff is gone. I don't have any more of that stuff in the house. But what you see is what you get. When we cleaned out this closet last summer, that's what I have left.
Interesting. He said lost or during the bankruptcy period.
It's interesting. It's interesting wording.
So Meth Bear insinuates that it could be suggesting he gave them to debtors, right? And he didn't list them as an asset on the forms either. You know what I mean? So he didn't list any statues on the forms of the bankruptcy.
Or because he didn't want to list them, he could have just taken them to some random game store in Seattle too, and just said, "Fuck it, I don't care."
I wouldn't put it past him to just go to the dump, honestly. Like that's
or that too.
Less work, right?
Literally
just add dump.
Away.
This old soul says selling statues to collect JPEGs. That is the long and short of the story, by the way. I mean, that's it. He got cash in hand, and then he spent it all on JPEGs. Tony G says filmed on Boat Home. A lot of these videos were today. Iwamoto says fixed it worse than the toilets and marriage. Is that the medic's glasses? Or what else did he fix? What else did he try to fix today? The necklace of guile. We got the fix there. Anything else, Talby? I can't remember. The glasses, the necklace. What else did he try to fix?
Yeah, the glasses, the necklace.
She-Hulk, kind of, I guess. They super glued it.
Yeah, he kind of glued that back together. Yeah.
Big ups, Kitty. Welcome. Thanks for being a member. OGX3 says, did you see after your first statue stream, he claimed he had no statues left and never paid more than $300 for like any of them? Let me show you that clip now, my friend. All right. So this is, there's 2 more clips left. This is from about 2 months ago. He mentions the statues. We're fishing, by the way, obviously.
Do I still have my Dr. Doom art piece? I do think I still have that one. I think I have all the gaming pictures and Dr. Doom, and that's it. I don't have any of the statues whatsoever. I don't have any of the other collectibles. It's just, I think, the gaming pictures you've seen behind me and Dr. Doom, and that's it. Everything else was, gone a long time ago.
He didn't mention how. He said gone, yeah. And this is the most recent mention. This is from 9 days ago.
Tonight? Really? Logsy says I 100%ed it 2 weeks ago. Which game? You don't want to know how much I spent on Persona statues? Oh, man. Dude, here's the truth. I will say this now.
Please,
okay,
please.
I will. Listen to this. When I was collecting those statues, so we're talking, when I was collecting those statues like 10, 15 years ago when I was early YouTuber, right? I started buying statues when I started making YouTube money. And
that's not true. We heard today he bought them before he had YouTube money when he was still working the office job. He bought his first statues that were over $200.
Early 2011. And I basically kept buying
2010.
them through 2014. Then I stopped when I moved, okay? The most expensive thing I ever bought, I'm trying to think, I want to say statue-wise was around $350, and that was either...
That is incredibly untrue. Incredibly untrue. There is many statues he spent more than that. I will go through the list now. He spent $1,200 on the what was it? The Thanos and Lady Death one. He spent $365 on Sagat, $350 on Poison Ivy, $350 on Joker, which we didn't even see today. $550 on Tank from Left 4 Dead, $460 on the Soldier from Team Fortress 2, $460 with the Medic from Team Fortress 2, $460 from the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. This is a very common thing that addicts do. You downplay the shit you do because at the time your brain kind of just checks out.
And there's no way he can say like, oh, I got him cheaper at conventions or something. By his own words, in the first part, he talked about going on Sideshow, like going on the website and buying directly. We saw boxes from Sideshow and other companies. So he was buying direct from manufacturer.
Yep. So there we go. Let's see what he says here.
Either the Joker or that giant Hulk statue that I bought. The actual most expensive collectible I bought was a ginormous replica gun of the Avenger assault rifle from Mass Effect. That was like $500-$600. Okay, but that's the most I ever spent. Today, if you look at the prices on these collectibles, the statues and shit that are coming out, it's like, oh, here's a statue of a character, from Persona, $1,400.
Okay.
What?
I mean, you did
look,
that.
here's Chun-Li.
Yeah.
In a really awesome kung fu pose from Street Fighter 6. $2,700.
Okay.
What? Where do people get this money from to be spending on that shit? And they sell out.
Philip, you did the same thing,
They fucking
sir.
sell out every time. Every one of these collectibles literally sells the fuck out.
Okay.
They're like, I thought we were all broke. I thought that inflation was awful and no one could affect it or afford anything. How do all this shit sell out?
So you're just
all the
mad that
time?
people don't want to give you money and they're willing to
I
spend
don't know.
money on like
It's a little
statue or
skeptical, right?
something.
Little suspect there.
Little suspect,
I don't
huh?
know. Anyway.
All right. Well, that will do it, my friends, for the entire Statue Saga. Huge ups to Talby for making this happen. Thank you so much, King. Any final words here for the beautiful people out there?
Nope. Thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun. Really fun just to go through and see how stupid he is.
Yes. So we got to get Talby back in here for Density Scrolls as well at some point in the future because I know you helped a lot for that one episode as well. So, anyways, guys, you'll be redirected to the pre-stream. I think he's already started. So we'll get there as soon as that starts. You're all legends. See you on the other side. Bye.